The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult content, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking.
Let me use your phone.
So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Live at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the magnificent.
Yo, what's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop Podcast.
Good night. Another Friday.
Good night.
Genesis of a woman.
Wonderful people.
The month of March is to celebrate all the glorious females in our life.
Wonderful.
That bless this earth. Tonight I want to welcome our guest again. Once again, he's family with us. I don't even want to say guest. He's family with us. This is Dr. Johnson's back in the building to break down the genesis of a woman.
Yes, my brother.
Pass the baton over to Sassy. This is your month, so this is your show for tonight.
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Johnson.
Blessings and love to all of you beautiful people.
Thank you.
Sir.
I know through your years of research, you have a lot of information to share with us tonight on just the whole dynamic of women. The ups, the downs are all around. So I'm not going to hold it up. I'll let Dr. Johnson begin.
I swear the way you just introduced me is like I'm in an R&B video. Like I feel like I'm about to dance for real. Like one question before we get started, John. Why is you never in studio when I'm on the show?
See,
you always in Brazil. You always in Russia. Like, bro, where you at right now? Jamaica? Like, dude, can I get some in studio love? I watch all y'all shows. Every time you sit right there next to Lil' Kim. As soon as it's my time to come on, you take vacation time.
Hold on. And the last time he went and got dressed for somebody.
Dressed up.
And yo, listen, for real, I bought an ascot. I was gonna wear my sweater and ascot. I just got off the golf course. Yeah. I was like, never mind, man. He ain't gonna dress up for me. I ain't about to dress up for him. You supposed to be family.
Expect the unexpected. I got a meeting right after this. So I'm out here in Miami. I got a meeting right after this. That's why.
Are you in Miami? Okay. I won't say nothing about that then. I'm kind of jealous.
And I bet you he gonna dress up for that.
I bet. He got a tuxedo underneath that shirt.
Exactly.
See that, right?
See?
Full tie
tuxedo. I saw that.
Yeah.
It's funny that I was talking to a female friend the other day, and she said, your birthday's March 8th? And I was like, yeah, my birthday's March 8th. I'm getting my party weekend started right now. Mm-hmm. She was like, wait a minute, your birthday's on National Women's Day? I was like, I didn't set it up like that, but yeah, I mean, why not me? I love women, and I always have been a champion of women.
Yeah.
So it's funny not funny, it's kind of lined up with the stars, even though I don't believe in astrology. It's lined up with the stars that I would be able to speak about this subject matter, and my birthday is actually Women's Day. So
happy birthday when it gets here, Pisces.
I know. I just said I don't do astrology, but I checked my mailbox the other day, and I didn't get not one gift from any of y'all addresses. So when this show's over with, we can rectify that.
March is a full month for us. I got my son, I got my brother, I got so many relatives that are like the first half of March, and the whole month, but
So you
basically
got a whole lot
Pisces
of
in the house.
You got a
Well,
whole lot of
you're super busy, so I'll let you slide. You got like a bunch of birthdays. But
Yeah, even the engineer is right here now popping bottle, and he's
Like
one
our
of the,
team just celebrated a
days
birthday.
ago, and he's still popping bottles.
oh,
Look at the
hey,
color bottle too.
I
Look.
seen that, and it's blue. That's all that matters. It's blue. That's all that matters. It's blue.
Yes, sir.
You know I got you. Don't even sweat the subject. I got you.
I know.
Before you say anything,
I feel a little love.
yeah, before you
But
say anything, I told a
but
friend of mine, dude, to tune in today to the show. You're gonna talk, and it's Women's Month, and he said, "Which month is not for women?" and and
I get the joke. I get the joke in China. So, yeah,
so I'm answering for that because I know he's tuning in right now.
every holiday that has fallen in the draconian calendar has been made up for men that treated women like crap.
Okay.
Every holiday has been set up to give women some type of secret acknowledgement versus giving them the real stuff. Equal pay, equal respect. You see what I'm getting at?
Right.
So
Band-Aids. They're giving us band-aids.
they're giving you they're giving you what I like to call a placebo pill.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. It doesn't solve the disease. It doesn't heal, but it feels good.
Right.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It makes a woman feel that she's entitled to something that day. I wrote a book. My second book is My Mom Was My Dad. I don't know if we talked about it or not, but My Mom Was My Dad.
Yeah, we did that.
I wrote that book as a shout out to my mom because, like, my dad didn't leave us, right? My dad lost his life in an untimely way. So you can't say my mom was a single parent. It's not, God takes people away. So it's okay. It's not like the dad was still living, right? Yeah. So I wrote it to celebrate women that take time out of their feminine life to raise a boy. That's why I wrote My Mom Was My Dad, right? Well, that book will eat every Mother's Day. Why? Because every Mother's Day, we got to buy some for our moms, right? But on Father's Days, you see the advertisement go down. You see the attention to detail goes down. Yeah. So it makes you wonder why, right? So now it's funny that I'm in a place in a beautiful kitchen for a reason. Because the kitchen for years has been thought to be the woman's place. But as we see with how beautiful our kitchens are becoming and how expensive they are, women ain't in there no more.
Nope.
Women got jobs. Women got lives. Women have careers.
We don't want
so I celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention I can cook my butt off. So sometimes I tell my lady, get out the kitchen. Right. But the point I'm trying to make is women, I don't want to say they have to get rid of it, but we have to start looking at the fact of stereotypes. Our women are never going to grow if we keep addressing women from a stereotypical point of view. Because if we keep addressing women from a stereotypical point of view, then guess what? They will always be on the defense. And guess what ends up happening? Those dang on holidays that we don't get, that they get, they're going to go even harder.
Right.
They're going to go even harder. So I'm happy you guys called me in on this subject matter. But I really want to point out that even though it's National Women's Day, how many of you guys know when National Men's Day is?
I'm not going to lie. I don't know when that is.
Somebody pull their Google out. I got the answer. I just want one of y'all to answer it for y'all fans.
Ooh, I don't even know.
Now look, do you see? Yeah, you close. But they hopscotch Mother's Day. But you see what I'm getting at, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that we point at so many objectifying qualities of holidays and stereotypes when we really should be addressing the bigger issue? And that bigger issue is our women are never going to heal based on the past of women, and then based on how we teach it. Like, what's interesting is that in the Bible, so many people look at, how women were treated in the Bible. They were arranged marriages. They were considered property. They were not allowed to preach, if you will.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that before? Anybody here heard that a woman's not allowed in the pulpit? Because I used to go to a church where the pastor was like,
heard that. Trust me,
I've heard that a lot.
You heard that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So who's the first pastor Jesus ever made?
Wasn't it Mary Magdalene?
No, but good point. No, anybody know?
No, I don't.
If you read the entire Bible, there's only one time in the Bible where God asked somebody. Well, not asked. He asked several people, but when the answer he gave was amazing. So the woman didn't know who he was, whatever. And then he says, after she answers, he says, now you go and tell everybody about me. That's a pastor. Because remember, a pastor is supposed to go spread the news of Jesus.
Yeah.
Besides the disciples, besides Simon, Peter, Paul, all of them, besides Bartimaeus, besides everybody.
Yeah.
The only person Jesus said, go tell who I am, is a woman. And that was the woman at the well, who he knew she had multiple wives. I mean, she knew she had multiple husbands and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
But the woman, Martha got it right. The woman at the well was the first person and only person.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying men can't preach. I'm not saying that. You know I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But if you want to get technical, that was the first person who he basically revealed himself to. Because remember, with the turn of water into wine, he looked at his mom and was like, yo, it's not my time yet. Don't be telling people who I am. It ain't my time yet. But he went ahead and turned it into wine. If you look at John the Baptist, when he went to John, it wasn't his time, but John was like, I'm not worthy of baptizing you. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. He was like, no, you have to do it. You have to do your job. You see what I'm getting at? So every person that knew who he was like, nah. But the one person who he was like, now you go and tell the people who I am, was a woman at the well. So I grew up in a church, not to mention I went to Catholic school. Women were not allowed to preach. Women were not allowed to share the word of God. Women were not allowed. Women had a place.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not in the Bible, where'd that come from? Secondly, who allows it?
Yeah.
So,
man,
I'm gonna start this off by getting a lot of female fans. You ready for this?
We ready
Who
for
has
that.
who has the biggest brain?
Females, they got big heads.
I mean, not literally, but I'm saying. Yeah.
Did the host of the show just say females got big heads, bro?
I didn't want to answer that. I didn't want to answer that.
Brains.
You trying to get me shot in the streets, man?
I could be wrong. Yeah. Well.
You're not wrong.
Yo, shout out
we,
to
physically.
We
talked about this in one of the other shows, man. We talked about the Corpus Callosum. Does anybody know what that is?
That's a part of. Is it the back portion of your brain?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. I remember.
The back portion of your brain is called the cerebellum.
I remember the subject though. I know where you're going. I remember that you mentioned.
We talked about it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Did you just say the placenta or the center?
No, I said in the center.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jay, you been drinking?
Center.
All right.
The center of the brain.
The center of the brain. You are correct.
Yeah.
The center of the brain. A lot of people don't realize our brain is basically 2 halves at the top. The occipital lobe, cerebellum, all that stuff that's in the back going to the brain stem is like a little piece that's hanging there, right? But the brain is mainly just 2 parts. Down the middle of them, they do not connect. So the only thing that connects them is a piece of beautiful brain matter that's like a bridge that connects both sides, which is for interhemispherical conversation, basically, right? So I'm a left-handy that was forced to try to do right-handed stuff, but I play golf left-handed. I play baseball left-handed, but I write better right-handed. Why? Because in Catholic school, they tried to make me a right-hand writer because the teacher didn't know nothing about left-hand. Well, that helped me out because that means I'm ambidextrous, not only in hand, but in mind.
Oh, okay.
So like left-handed people male or female, left-handed people have been proven to have the highest IQs. Okay, because both of our brains work synchrony.
See, he looking at me because I'm left-handed. See that? No.
Right.
He said not that one to his left. That one to he's stupid.
But you're not using both hands.
Right. It's facts. So what's interesting is that women have, for instance, I didn't want to do this because it seems so ghetto.
Go ahead.
But in one of my lectures on the Y and X chromosome, I'm gonna put this picture up. Now, mind y'all know I don't know how to work this camera. I'm like,
do your thing. Go ahead.
I'm an old man. Let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all need to reimburse me for Kinko's. That was $14.37.
Yo,
That looks like
Hey,
your.
you know what I'm gonna cash app that to you.
I was at Kinko's early this morning, right?
hey, take a picture of that. Make sure that step there.
All right, so you see that?
Yeah. I love it.
Now, what I just showed you is the X chromosome and the Y chromosome, okay? So, first, let's start off with me building women up, right? And then we can ask questions later on how it went left, right?
Right.
Because it's funny that when we talk about women's superiority, it always becomes a power struggle, right?
Facts.
But then when we talk about male superiority, it always becomes an inferiority complex for the woman. Why can't we just be succinctly dope in each one of our categories?
Yep.
We should
Like, John, no, I can throw these hands.
Yep.
I can throw these.
Yeah.
I can throw these. But my lady may not be able to throw them. Okay, does that make her inferior to me? No.
Nope.
That makes her smart because she chose a dude that can throw them hands.
Right.
You see what I'm getting at? Like, if I can't multitask, right? If I get frustrated when I'm trying to be creative, that's what I go to my woman for. Babe, let me run this off for you real quick. Let me holler at you real quick. And normally the woman has the creative inspiration that all men desire. You see what I'm getting at?
Right.
Tupac said it best. Now, I ain't trying to get gangster, but Tupac said it best. I know I can't even say it because he cussed. He said, check the obituaries on Monday. He said, I guarantee you on Friday there was a horny woman somewhere. Because men do everything for women. We go to school and we get the good degrees. Why? So a woman could like us and brag to her parents about us.
It's true.
Facts.
We overmax our credit by financing a car and having a $600 payment for a $40,000 vehicle. Why? Because we do it for women. Yeah, one of y'all did that, didn't you?
No. I'm remembering.
Who got the Charger paying $800 a month like it's a Bentley? Who got the Charger?
Right there. One to my
You
right.
got a Charger paying $800 a month when you could be having a Bentley.
That's why he laughing.
No.
Yeah, I knew that would touch somebody's spirit.
I'm just remembering Dave Chappelle's skit. He said a dude would live in a cardboard box instead of a big house if it wasn't for a woman.
Not lying. We bought a nice clothes. Why? So we can attract the women. Right?
So
Buy the
true.
nice cologne. Smell good.
So true.
Most dudes that work out, I've seen them. They can't throw hands at all.
They sorry, but they just.
But they got all the big muscles. Why?
It's not for them.
Women love muscles.
Women love muscles. No disrespect to any of my Olympian brothers, any of my bodybuilders. I tried to do natural body one time, as you can see your boy getting big up in here.
They're in the gym every day for.
But
females.
I'm gonna tell you a real conversation I had with several bodybuilders. Right? They did take PEDs and steroids. And I was getting ready to do a natural body competition, and they were like, "Your abs are not cutting quick enough." Like I had all the definition. But your abs are not cutting quick enough. Why don't you try this? And I'm like, dude, that's natural. That's not a natural. He was like, but it'll be out your system before the show. So I asked him the risk. He said, shorten blood flow. So scientifically, what does shorten blood flow mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Erectile dysfunction.
I know it is.
Erectile dysfunction.
Right.
So I was talking to him. And well, I can't be disrespectful and say no homo because no disrespect to anybody because I won't use that word, right? But we used to say no homo now we say pause, right? So what I'll say is because we had a showing, right? I don't know if you know this when it comes to bodybuilding. Like once my body started getting cut, I would have to go to a gym after hours and it would be several judges there, right? And bodybuilders. And what all of us would do, the ones getting ready for a show, we got to basically walk up there like the combine with our underwear on. So they can see every part of our definition and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's too many men on this show for me to say, I'm hung low. Like what Bernie Mac say, I'm hung low. I'm blessed. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been drinking, but no, I've been drinking.
Let me come back with the Kevin Hart. You gonna learn?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I didn't have a problem. I mean, I'm a retired athlete, right? So I didn't have a problem being in front of people with my underwear on, right? But I noticed something. A lot of the biggest dudes in the competition, when they were before these women and men at this gym before the show. Now the show, they can't put a sock in their stuff, but as they're in the gym, they got a sock in there. You
Wow.
want to know why? Because when you do growth hormones, it shrinks other parts of your body. So I
Wow.
literally asked the dude, I said, hey man, so you're willing to get the muscles to attract a woman, but once you get her, you can't do nothing.
Exactly.
He was like, dude, I'd rather have this physique than have that.
Hell no.
Do you understand how idiotic that is? So anyway, I brought that whole point up to show that men do everything for women.
Exactly.
Even if it doesn't make any sense. Even if it doesn't make any sense. I have great credit, thank God. So when I went to go get a car, I mean, I live in Calabasas, so yeah, I could have a Bentley, yeah, I can have a Maserati, right? But I drive a simple golf car, basically a car that professional golfers drive, like a nice little Cadillac, right? So I won't get pulled over all the time, right?
Yeah.
But when I went to go look at a Maserati Quattroporte, my payment was going to be like $300 because I got good credit, right? And then there was somebody else in there, a female. She had the same car. Her car payment was $900 a month.
That's crazy.
I'm like, for what? So what I'm saying is,
maybe paying.
I have even fallen victim to trying to get something to look the part, and then realize, man, I'm dope myself. I don't need a certain kind of car, whatever, right? So anyway, my point is, men do everything for women. Everything. Everything.
Some men, man. John, what about you, man?
Look at his smile. He's smiling like a Cheshire cat. You know what he done did. Y'all want to know something real quick? We're getting off the subject of women, but I guess we're going to be here for a little while. Man, in Miami, you want to know the smoothest Mac Daddy? That dude right there. Oh, my God. We would be on a remote, and John, he been talking normal the whole day.
Yeah.
And then as soon as a certain chick roll up, he like, you know what I'm saying? You know, son, you know, I'm like,
that New York.
Ain't you from Miami? Like, real talk. Like, and they would just melt in this dude's hand. Like, real talk. I'm not gonna give away his position, but he was there in an assistant capacitory, if you will, right? He wasn't the talent. He kind of, looked out for the talent or whatever. But man, they was flocking to him when he threw the little. Look at him. Look at his face. That's exactly. Look, y'all. Look. Take a screenshot. That's exactly how he used to look.
Timberlands.
Right. With the Timbs in 90-degree weather in South Beach. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Our focus in life is you. And I'm looking at you, Sassy. Our focus in life is you.
It should be.
You. All we want is you, right?
Hell yeah.
Men that have sexual discipline issues, they want a lot of yous. Men that have more focus-driven lives, they need one of you. Men that are healing from broken relationships with their mothers, sisters, and aunties, they're going to need multiple ones of you. But the point is, everywhere women are the focus. So why is it that women are so demeaned? Why is it that women are always at the back of the bus? Shout out to Rosa Parks. Why is it that women are always second fiddle? Why is it that women don't feel inferior? Why women don't feel superior? Why is it that a woman has to challenge a man? Why is it that when a man says, I have an alpha female, that means she wants to fight all the time? Why is this? Why is it that women always have to stake their claim and say they're this, and this? Why? Well, it's years of degrading them, years of hiding their real truths, years of hiding their real importance. So we're going to start with the brain. So at week 8, 9, if you're pregnant and this Y chromosome is present, it cuts off this turns on this chemical called the anti-Müllerian hormone. All right. So basically, that's the testosterone chemical, if you will. So what happens to the male embryonic cell when this happens and it becomes an embryo, his whole brain shuts down. So it starts to form all of the testosterone circuitry. It takes the gonads that are women's ovaries. It takes those gonads and it starts to drop them down. And the skin that's called the vulva and clitoris and all of that on a woman, not to get X-rated, that actually starts to invert itself and fall down and becomes the scrotum and the penis. So while all of that's taking place, the female brain is still growing, it's still maturating, it's still forming all this beautiful circuitry. It's amazing that so many women don't realize how that process works. So the fact that we're all female in the beginning is that's ground level number one. We're all female in the beginning. Women have two X chromosomes. Men can have an XY or an XX. But until that Y kicks in at week 8, for 8 weeks, that cell is growing as a female cell.
Wow.
So how in the heck is it that our genesis, topic of the show, is women? That's why that topic is so important.
Wow.
Most people will look at it and say a man is birthed by a woman, so therefore his genesis comes in the womb when he's, birthed. No. From the moment a sperm cell touches an egg, it's a female for at least 9 weeks.
Wow.
So that's how long it takes for the Y chromosome to unwrap and then insert itself, right? So the genesis of every cell, get this, even plants and most wildlife, female. The genesis, female. So then people ask me, yo, Chris, why was Adam made first? If you believe in the Adam and Eve story, I do. If you don't, I can understand that. But the reason why is because there's got to be somebody responsible.
You look at it like that.
That's
Let
it.
me tell you let me take you even deeper. When a woman is pregnant, she is at her most vulnerable. When a woman's pregnant, is her man vulnerable? No. But guess what he can do? He can look out for her and that fetus. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when a woman is doing exactly what she was created to do, be an incubator. I love this one comedian said this joke. He was like, I'm not a comedian, I think he's a speaker, but he used it in a joke format. He says, if I give a woman groceries, she makes a meal. If I give a woman a house, she makes it a home. If I give a woman a seed, she makes it into a baby. So women are natural incubators on earth. So that's why we have to start looking at the genesis of all life being created, and then the man becoming the protector of that life. So if we have two different jobs, why the hell are we always fighting?
Exactly.
Why is it always a power struggle? Well, I'd hate to say this, but the adversary never wants us to be in order. The scariest part about life is that most men that are hurt and out here beating on women, hurting women, felonious, philanderers, they were hurt by a woman. And not one time did anybody ever say, I'm sorry to that man.
To the man.
We got feelings too.
Yeah.
But it's taught that women are the females the women are the species that has the feelings, and men, we can suck it up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
With everything.
Sorry. I got too many clients that I sit in front of them and that man is so hurt.
We were made that way to take it as a man.
Well, we're not here. I don't want to ever correct you because you're my guy, but not made that way. We've been taught to be that way.
Well, meaning that's what
Right. I got you. Okay. Yeah, we've been taught to be that way. Now, mind you, y'all know I'm a big dude. I don't cry. I don't.
That's why women.
I
That's
just-
why
I
women
just-
stand up and be a man.
Right. You got it. There it is right there. Like I just buried one of my friends last week. I did her eulogy and the whole nine. And it hurts me when I see family members crying and stuff, but I just never been a crying dude. Like that's just not me. Well, hell, when I was 2 or 3 years old, I was beat by my mom, like, suck it up. My mother used to tell me, you drop one tear, I'm gonna hit you again. You wanna know why?
Yeah.
Not that she was abusing me, it's just that my uncles and them told her, if you let him cry, whatever, he's gonna be soft.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're looking at a man that was abused as a child based on my gender, yo. Like, come on. Now, luckily, I'm healed and I'm okay. But that's why I went to go get my PhD, because it's like, how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
So if we look at the beginning of our conversation before you guys start asking questions, the genesis of every living birth thing down here on this earth is a female. That's why men will always protect the female. But secondly, more importantly, that's why the woman will always be forgiven. If you look throughout the whole Bible, the woman that was caught at the well, the woman that was caught having sex or fornicating, if you will, and the Sadducees and Pharisees brought her before Jesus. If we look at the book of Hosea, if we look at Gomer, if we look at so many women throughout the Bible, they were always forgiven, even in their most dastardly issues. Men, on the other hand, we got to face what we got to face. Now, mind you, that's not making us feel sorry for ourselves or making women feel like they can do no wrong, but it's a reason behind that. Because even in your biggest faults, there's something that still may need to come through your womb on this earth that God wants it to do something on this earth. So, with that being said, women need to understand something.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
True.
You guys have the biggest brains. Now, we ain't talking about weighing or scaling. I'm talking about the biggest brains as far as the capacity to function at its proper form. Because your neurons are forming way longer than ours. Your neural pathways are forming way longer than ours. That's why women speak first. I mean, not women, sorry. Female babies speak first. Female babies have the largest vocabularies. Female babies walk first. Female babies normally respond to human interaction first. Why? Because your brain has a freaking 9-10 week head start. Okay.
So what people keep on suggesting, you hear it every day and every day. Woman is smarter than man. So
It's true.
you break that down just now.
Even let's say even the other day I was at work and I was helping this older lady put a what was it? I think it was a gallon of bucket, a paint in a car. So I was waiting with her for her daughter to bring the car around, and her grandkids is 2 girls and 2 boys. One of the boys, he's the oldest. Now one of the granddaughters, she's the youngest, so she's telling her brother, "Get out the road." But when you go to like certain parking lots, they have the yellow lines for like emergency. So he was saying, "Oh, the cars, this is over here. The cars are come over here." So little girl said, "But still, the cars can still come around and hit you." So he was like, "No." So I told him, "Listen to me. She's right. Get out the road." And the grandma said, "She the smallest one out of the group, and she got most sense." That's the youngest girl.
But Dr. Johnson, what you just said about that, is it acceptable for a man to say, yes, woman is smarter than... Because we never try to accept that. You always hear that saying, a woman is smarter than man. Woman is smarter than man. For a dude to just accept that and say...
Some men would admit it, but the majority of them not going
to admit it. What do you think about that?
That's an interesting point, because I was just getting ready to get into the terminology about smart. See, it's one thing to be smart. It's one thing to be wise.
Why? Yeah.
It's one thing to be intelligent. It's one thing to be controlled with that intelligence. So, I'll give you a quick example. So let's use your $800 a month car payment charger, right? And then I have a Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
Both of them have the capacity to go fast, right? But if you get a hold of a Ferrari, I don't know any of y'all has driven one, but if you get a hold of a Ferrari and put it to the ground, that thing will move at a fishtail so quick. But now the Charger's heavier. You see what I'm getting at? So it has more grounding. So you can put that pedal to the metal. You may, squill out your wheels a little bit, but normally you keep it in control. But if you put your foot on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini too hard and shit, man, it'll fishtail.
Yep.
You can look on YouTube and see a bunch of videos of dudes trying to race their Ferraris and their Lamborghinis, and they don't understand power. So now, what am I saying? If women have the biggest brains, the most well functioning brains, why is it that they don't understand their power? So the point is, power and smarts are 2 different things.
Yeah.
The ability to use your brain and multitask, feed your baby, cook dinner for your husband, pay some bills, watch the stove, that is something women are unbeatable in. Because the way their brains work, they can multitask better than any other species.
Yeah.
So why is it that they cannot control their emotions when challenged? The scariest part about that is that women actually have 3 portions of their brain where they process anger and, I don't want to say issues, but anger and confrontation. They have the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, where your logic and stuff is, right? And the anterior cingulate cortex. So the reason why something can happen to a woman today with her mate, and she brings it up 6 months later, it's because she's been chewing on it for 6 months.
Yep.
Men on the other end, we got to fight or handle it right there. Like, dude, we ain't got time. We got 2 phases. Exactly. We fight or we not.
And we forget tomorrow.
Yeah, because you know what? Our brain is always on guard for threats. So men can't walk around being wounded.
Nope.
That's why we got so many young boys and so many men that claim they're men, but they carry guns and don't want to throw hands.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got so many men that beat on women.
Yeah.
They can't take a threat. But women, on the other hand, can take your threat, process it, and be like, okay, all right. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit. You want to know why? Because they're smart enough to know, okay, I'm at a disadvantage right now. But like our good old brother Al Green, close them eyes.
Right.
Got some hot grits coming your way. What movie was that where the woman, the dude was cheating on the woman? It was a Tyler Perry movie, I think.
Yeah.
But she put the oil on the bathroom floor.
Oh, that was Christmas.
What movie was that?
That
Christmas.
Yeah.
Man, she let him get over her, and then one day she fed up. She waited till he got in the shower. She was like, "Baby, get dressed. I'm gonna do all this for you, whatever." He got in the shower like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get some, I'm gonna clean up." Man, he stepped out that wet shower on that baby oil, and she lit into. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Women are never inferior. But I think when women focus on their inferiority position in America, the world, it takes away from their brain functioning the best way possible to move the way they need to move. And so understanding that women have the brain that has the better capacity, the better wiring, the better engine, but physically, normally they're not in competition with a man physically, right? All brawn and no brains is what they call men, right? All brawn and no brains. Dumb jocks. You know, we've heard these idioms over and over again.
Yeah.
So why is it that we focus on making women feel weak and we don't care about men being dumb? We don't care about men not being intellectually sound. We don't care. But you better believe we care about how a woman looks at herself. If a woman talks, I hate this term, talks back, if you will. Or if a woman has an opinion, now she's labeled angry. Now she's labeled difficult.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But understanding a woman's power is probably the greatest thing that can come out of this show for any of your listeners. Because the more power you understand you have, the more controlled you will be in exerting that power.
Yeah.
When it comes to a man that's very smart like me, I'm considered very smart, right? But people crack me up, like, whether if I'm with my lady or when I'm with frat brothers or other people, like, man, you smart, man. Look how much you do. And I look at them like, dude, I'm dumb. They're like, what are you talking about? Look how you know, dude. The more I know, the more I don't know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at? So it's like what people don't understand is that our biggest misconception is we don't know nothing about each other. We don't know anything. The more men that think they know a woman, I'll show you a man that has multiple relationships.
That's true, man.
The more women that think they know everything, I'll show you a single mom.
Yeah.
When they show that they know everything.
Right.
So they start blocking people out.
The worst thing about all of us, male and female, the worst part about us is it's so hard for all of us to say, I need you. It's so hard for all of us to say, I can't do it without you. Yeah. I'm smart as I'll get out, but I can't do this life without a woman. I just can't. There's certain things I can garner from her energy that I need. You know what I'm getting at? So I tell people all the time, when it comes to the male-female situation, it's the more we try to understand each other through each other's eyes, the better we'll be. The best thing about a woman is when her man says, "I understand what you're going through. How can I help you?"
These simple little facts and
Simple.
I don't know if you catch our show, but what was it, 2 weeks ago from the Circular Brotherhood.
I was just about to say that.
That guy, that one that I mean, trust
Marvin.
me, he came out the realest.
Marvin.
What?
Yes,
What he
Marvin.
say?
with the
He
apologies.
came out and he apologized to every woman he has ever hurt on
Just
live.
all women in period. He just said all women,
all
period.
women.
Period. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That was-
trust me, he came out.
Yeah,
That was deep.
that was powerful. That was
Honestly,
definitely
man,
powerful.
that
was powerful.
shit hit me.
right. The most interesting thing about that is that we're both hurt, male and females, right? We're both hurt, but both of us need a sorry, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so we always try to compare each other's pain. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like when a man says, "I was hurt by my mom," blah 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 blah. A woman to say, "Well, my dad did this to me too." We're always trying to compare pain,
Yeah.
right? So no doubt, I love what that man did. I apologize to every woman that I've ever hurt. And women, if you've ever been hurt by a man and he's no longer here or he's no longer in your sphere, I apologize for him too. That sounds beautiful, and it may work, right?
Right.
But let's be real. Most women are like, "Nah, I ain't falling for that." What about this and what about that, right? Well, on the same token, men need to hear "I'm sorry" too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we're both living in a world where we're both wounded.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's also why, going back to the dates and the calendars and all the days to celebrate women, that's why if a man would rather celebrate you than say he's sorry.
Yeah.
We'll rather say, "Oh, I apologize, and here's a day, here's some flowers and some candy," but
Yeah,
the
they're
next,
doers, right? Men are doers.
yeah, the next 355 days, I hate your guts. Lastly, and then we can go into questions. I think I touched the corpus callosum, the brain, all that good stuff. But here's what's interesting. I did this just for this show. I've done it multiple times, but I just wanted to check my numbers. So I watched TV the other day. I watched 2 shows. I watched the Lakers play. Who did we just play? We played
Was it Sacramento?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we lost this. We played Sacramento, but I watched the Phoenix game that was on live TV. And then I watched a movie on Lifetime. Right? Don't judge me. It was a movie on Lifetime. I only watched it. I'm not even gonna tell y'all the movie because I really will lose points. But
No, go ahead.
no, you're not. No. Good try. But the 2 shows I watched, they averaged 2 hours, right? 2.5 hours, right? So I counted all the commercials. Jay, I used to work in advertising in Miami, so I know the blocks. I know the 30-second blocks, the 60-second blocks. I know all the blocks, and I watched all of the commercials. Okay, out of 40, I don't want to say 40 commercials, but out of 40 advertisers, how many of those advertisers were geared towards females?
Majority of them.
38.
Do you know that all 40 were?
Wow.
There was a segment in the after show called manscaping. Like they got this new thing where men can like, but that was like a small little snippet, like in between the game break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every commercial, I'm gonna name them off. Monostat 7, Summer's Eve, Tampon, Tampax, Stay Free, Depends.
For the basketball game?
What did they sponsor?
TNT.
Really?
TNT. If you don't believe me, watch a basketball game. During a basketball game, I swear, I'm not being mad at women, but if I watch one more Laker game and I see something about some damn Tampax while I'm waiting on LeBron to dunk on somebody, I'm gonna think it's a conspiracy. If I see another Monostat 7 commercial during a Laker game, Aleve, Dove, I'm naming all of them, Dove. Oh my God! I swear, if I hear hydroceronic acid, whatever that dang gonna make it come, I swear, if I hear that commercial one more time, I'm gonna unplug my TV for 42 days. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Everything is geared around women.
Yeah.
What's the problem there?
Music too.
Music too. Movies too.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? as we're having a show about empowering women, I need my women to tell me what's the problem. If everything is focused on y'all, why y'all so upset? Why y'all so mad? Why y'all so demeaned still?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we still the bad guys?
Why are we still the bad guys?
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
I need to hear it. Go ahead. Drop it.
I'm ready.
Let's start with Monostat 7. If I'm not mistaken, that is for yeast infection. So remember, listen, this is some good stuff here. Y'all gonna have to pay me for this one. Remember I told you, everything a man does, he does it for a woman.
Yep.
Right? Every bad thing that happens to a woman,
man did it.
It's because of a man.
Yes.
Put it together.
It's because of a man.
Monostat 7. Yeast infections come from doing what?
Yep.
You know what? Being a dirty person. Yep. 2, wearing tight underwear and not letting it breathe. Sorry, mama, if she's watching this. pH balance being off because of trying to wear certain perfumes and other stuff. Yep. Everything that you basically can get a yeast infection for besides bacon biscuits, it's because something have to do with a man, right? Okay? Okay, you ready? We're going to go deeper? We're going to go deeper?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hydrochloric acid, whatever the hell that is. Why? Because a woman will say the kids that the man gave her made her old, stressed her out. They'll say the man stressed her out. So guess what she got now? Aging wrinkles.
Yeah. That's all.
Whose fault is it? Well, it's the man's.
The man.
Bags on their eyes.
Bags on their eyes, yeah. Let's go to Tampax and Tampon. They may be the same people. I don't care if a woman believes in God or not. You better believe that every woman blames Eve.
Yep.
I don't care if they're atheists or not. They blame them for menstruation.
Blame Eve.
They blame Eve. They blame Eve. And guess what they blame? That's what they blame Eve for.
Should I eat apples?
Because Adam let her do it. So guess what? We blame the man. This is your fault. You shouldn't let me eat it. So now I got to bleed every 7 days. I mean, every month for 7 days.
Yep.
I forgot about the other. Is it Bear or whatever? One of them's for cramps. Midol. Cramps. Whose fault is that?
Eve.
No, me. It's my fault.
Adam.
I'm Adam, right? So it's my fault you got cramps. All right. Let's pass up to Depends.
Yeah.
Let's go to Depends. She wanted to have your child. She wanted to birth your big-headed child. And because that big-headed baby you put inside of her leaned on her bladder too long, she is stuck with having leakage the rest of her life. Yep. She can't even laugh without peeing a little bit. Whose fault is it?
Because I've heard women say I laugh so hard I pee myself.
Yeah, probably because that baby's big old head was on that bladder. So you understand what I'm getting at. If you understand what I'm getting at, I can't even go deeper, man. All of the commercials put women in a position to do what? Blame
the man.
Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Those ads play on your emotions, basically.
Did you hear what you see? That's why we have a woman on the board. I'm mad my other sister ain't here.
Subconsciously, yeah.
But do you understand, Sassy? That's exactly my point. If we can keep women emotionally unstable, okay? If we can keep you constantly looking at where you're not, we will always have power over you.
Wow.
Always. Wow. Why? Because the first man in this world really knows something about women is that they're the emotional center for all men and women. Women are the emotional hub. You process all emotions, whether it be a family, children, or even domestic. You feel all the pain. So, no disrespect to my Caucasian sisters out there. No disrespect. But I play a lot of golf. So I've had a couple of Caucasian women come up to me, try to get the digits. And one of them said to me, "Do you date white women?" That's just one of the rudest questions. But she had been drinking. Bless her heart. I said, "No." She was like, "Oh, so you racist?" I was like, "No."
Oh, you said no.
Not at all. I think y'all beautiful. She's like, "But why wouldn't you date a white woman?" I said, "Well, it has nothing to do with her color. It has to do with her experience.
John.
It's different from a black woman.
John light skinned, so that don't even count. But I said the reason why I wouldn't date a Caucasian woman myself, from my experiences, is because here I am, a black man that has achieved a high level of academia, never been to prison. Thank God I don't have any disease or anything like that. Thank God for that. Never did a drug a day in my life. I don't even like taking ibuprofen. I may consume a little bit of the adult beverages. Sue me. Jesus turned water into wine. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I was about to say that.
I've always been a champion for women. I always respect women to the utmost degree.
Right.
Why in the heck does it matter what color woman I date? Because at the end of the day, all the stuff I named that I've done so well and I'm so blessed to be and have, I still get pulled over by cops. I still get a white woman in the audience. I mean, in a freaking Whole Foods that I got my outfit costs more than her purse. And she has the audacity to pull her purse close to her arms.
Yep.
Women, nobody will understand the pain of black men. Sorry. And I don't care if anybody says you singing a sad song or whatever. Say that to my face. And I'm still going to feel it after I stomp you out. You'll never understand what it's like to be a black man in this world.
Never.
To always feel like you are a threat.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I will only date a black woman is because I can walk into the house and look in her eyes and say, and she knows exactly what I'm feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even have to explain it. Yeah. Versus hanging like my business manager, she's Caucasian. And so we talk one day or something, and I told her something about race or something. And she was like, well, why don't you look at it the other side? I almost said the B word. I don't even call women B's. I almost said, I ain't got time to look at the other side. I'm looking at my life.
Right.
I have a split-second decision to deal with a cop that I could lose my life.
Yeah.
I don't have time to think, what was he going through that day?
The cop.
I don't have time to think, well, maybe, did you ever think that maybe he had a bad experience with another black man? And maybe, what? Your mama. Don't ask me no stupid stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yep.
So what I'm trying to say is this. I brought that whole point up to say that a woman that has the same experience, whether if she birthed a child that experienced it or her dad experienced or her brother experienced or she experienced herself based on her color of her skin, she can be my emotional hub to where I don't have to explain. Do you understand the piece that I get from that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I try to tell people all the time that our job is to always make sure any woman in our life is stable in understanding her importance in our life.
Especially black women.
Once a woman, especially, but see, here's the scary part. Here's the scary part, man. I love what you said. And don't get it twisted. I'm pro-black because I need to speak up for my people. Exactly. Even though we're all humans, we're the most copied and the most hunted.
Right.
So how can we be the most copied, but we're the most hunted?
Hunted.
Did you see that oxymoron? But anyway, but here's the thing. I got to say this. Jay knows I was in Miami, my last year in Miami. No joke. I'd date any kind of race really because I wasn't tripping on it then. I dated 4 women back to back that all of them were molested. And they were all different races. One, her dad slept with her till she was 14. Wow. One, her brother and them used to watch nasty movies and act out everything on her. 3, one of them, her uncle touched her. And then her mom and family disowned her because she brought it up. And 4, her brother let her get done in by his friends. Wow. So the brother was setting it up. I need you to hear me on this. Do you know how many women? I did these studies myself, and I'm still doing it to this day. Out of 5,000 women I may have surveyed, 4,894 have been touched inappropriately or sexually abused. Is that not freaking scary that 80-something% of the women in the world have been touched of all races and colors?
Yeah.
So I understand we have to champion our black women, and I will always do that because they're the most copied,
right,
and the most undeserved of the pain and pain they're inflicted upon them. But yet, all women suffer at the hand of men, right? So I think our job should be to always uplift women, period. But of course, black women, whether if there's white women or Hispanic women listening or whatever, no jokes. if you look at every piece of advertising nowadays, all of them are geared towards black women because they know black women guide the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Come on, man. Back in the day, I used to love the song. She got big butt and I cannot lie. These other, listen, these said Playboy, People magazine. He said all the magazines. Miss Claire, what did he say? Fat books aren't the thing or whatever he said, right?
Right.
Go to your grocery store right now.
Exactly.
Right. Cosmopolitan, 10 ways to get a big booty in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Marie Claire, did you know eating fish can give you a bigger booty? Like, literally, bro. Like, do you understand? 15, 20 years ago, a black woman's natural body was degraded and made fun of. Now, every magazine,
trust me,
in your register aisle has how to get a butt in 10 days. Why? When I got done with my running career, I went into personal training. I'll let you ask in a second. When I got done with my running career, I became a personal trainer for a minute because I could use the fact that I was a pro athlete and make more money, right? Yeah. So I used to teach at the Calabasas Aquatic Center, right? That's where tennis and aquatic center, right? In Calabasas. You know, everybody and somebody want to go there, right? Do you know what they asked me to do? Chris, can you teach a booty and abs class? For white women. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Because you're a black man.
Exactly. Like I ain't got nothing else better to do. And do you know that class was full every weekend? Do you know that class was full every weekend?
I believe you. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
And I used to be in that class laughing like, you ain't got nothing but spine. I can't help you. But anyway, my point I'm trying to make is, and then we go to your questions. My point I'm trying to make is women, our black women, the reason why, I'm just saying this for any of your viewers that are not black or African descent, the reason so many black men and so many men champion lifting up our black women is because they are the cultural needles. They're the way that society and culture goes. Okay? That's why. So I'm not trying to make an excuse for being pro-black. I just want to let you guys know I'm speaking for all women. Because in my freaking study, it broke me down to realize how many women have been touched inappropriately or sexually abused. Do you know how many women that have been on a date and they call it situational rape? Have you ever heard of that? I think we talked about this the last time. Thank you.
Been on a date?
Oh, no, me and y'all didn't talk about this. Oh, we didn't talk about that. I talked about some guys I was playing golf with.
No.
Do you know that there is a new rape? The new rape is called situational rape.
Elaborate. I think I had a patient report that to me, but go ahead.
Yeah,
elaborate.
Meaning a woman was on a date or somewhere with a man she felt uncomfortable. So instead of risking being a victim, she went ahead and consented to the sex.
I heard about yeah.
But it was under duress because she was not feeling that she was going to be safe if she said no. Do you understand that this is just now coming up in 2021, 2020? How many of our women have been raped? How many of our women have been abused? So don't get it twisted. When I talk about the power of black men, I'm not downing everything a woman's been through. But I'm also not the kind of person that I told y'all this. I don't know if I told y'all this once before, but I told you this. The worst thing a man can ever do is look at a woman and say, I know what it's like to be raped. That's the worst thing a man can ever do. Because you don't know what it's like to be raped.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about our brothers in prison either.
Right.
I'm talking about being the smaller species, being the one that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different understanding, right? So that's what I mean by that. But go ahead, big guy. That's what I mean, cut you off the last time.
Sorry, man. No, I'm saying there's a lot of female out there that has been troubled and you don't even know a lot. You know? A lot of females.
Hold on. Back to
Norris, you had a question or comment.
Hold on. Back to the situation. So she's going to say yes to go on a date.
Not yes to go on a date.
Because she's
she feels threatened.
Went on a date, then felt uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
She's on the
so
date.
Not the date part, but more so the ending of the date.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
The ending of the date, meaning that he may have brought the filet mignon.
Yeah.
He may have done all that stuff and feeling he's entitled to sex with her, and they go to a park or they go someplace public or they go back to his house, and he positions her for sex, and because she feels threatened, she says yes. However, she did not really want to consent to it.
Wow.
There was a case about that.
There's several of them now. More and more popping up.
Yeah.
So now I wanted to say this, not to give me a chance to get back on y'all show, but we also got to do one on men. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that, but hold on.
We gotta talk, man.
I already got the painting that I'm gonna sit in front of and do it. I already got the ass I picked out because our men need one too, right? So anyway, I'll talk about women, but also the reason why I want to do a male one is because I want to teach our young men. Number one, we have the phone. Well, I'm on the phone, but we have the phone with the camera on it and everything now. I went on a date some months ago, right? And this lady was like, "Why do you not that I seen? I was talking about recording or something, right? Like I'll never record a person without their permission, right? But whenever I leave a woman, I have a 4-step process.
Yeah.
On a first date, I have a 4-step process.
Yeah.
I walk you to the car with my phone recording. I'm not recording you. I'm recording our conversation. I have the right to do that. All right. Good night, babe. Hey, call me when you get home. The second process is within 5 minutes of her getting in her car, you text her. Hey, don't forget, call me when you get home. Why? Because if she's really going home, the cell tower where her phone is now separated from the cell tower by my place.
Facts.
Number three, if she does not text you when she gets home, you wait 30 minutes. You stay right in your domicile. Don't go nowhere. Don't go text her at the grocery store, nothing like that. Stay right where you're at. Text her and say, hey, I enjoyed our evening. You were so much fun. I look forward to hanging out with you again. If I did something to her, why would I text that? Number 4, the next morning, if I had not heard from her or not, the next morning I call and say, hey, I enjoyed hanging out with you. You didn't text me when you got home. I just want to make sure you're safe. That's my 4-step process to going on any date.
That's good.
Because I got to protect myself. So our young men need to know that as well. Okay. So now I hate to drop that in on a woman's day, but I just want to let our young men know the show that's coming up. Oh, we about to lay it all out.
A viewer just said something about young boys being traumatized. What is that?
No, sexually assaulted.
Yeah. So you can tune in with the next show when we bring up the men's show. That is a good topic.
We're going to talk about that 100%.
Yeah.
Because you want to know why?
Yeah.
You would be shocked at the number of men that were touched inappropriately, not only by males, but females.
By females.
Yeah.
So listen, first of all, we're a hurt species. Hurt species going to keep hurting each other. No doubt about that. I'm not saying one gender has it worse than the other. How about this? We want to talk about everybody, okay? Because I was talking to a female the other day I consider her a friend. She's like a sister to me, right? Like no dating or nothing like that. So we talk about real subjects. And so she had asked a guy, what was your relationship like with your mom and dad? Especially your mom. And I told her, I said, sweetie, that's the wrong question to ask. She says, no, that's a good tool to judge and see how a man treats a woman. I'm like, you stupid. No disrespect. I wasn't being mean to her, but I was saying, I got angry for a second. Why? Because I told y'all how my mother was with me. And my mom did the best she could, but she had to raise a tall man. I was 6'3" in like 7th grade, bro. I wasn't a regular dude. So like she couldn't be like, go to your room. Like, no, I'm a big dude. Like, yo, I'm 6'3" standing over her, and you think I'm gonna do some dishes? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So my mom, I'm not saying my mom abused me like that. What I'm saying is my mom did what she had to do, right? But there are so many men that are abused by their mothers, but yet they will not say one bad word about her. And if you look at them, they hold her high regard. But you better believe every woman he's dated, he done beat her ass.
Because of that.
Because of his mother. So what I'm saying is there's so many of us that have been traumatized from the opposite sex, but yet we're taught to judge how we deal with the opposite sex based on the opposite sex that probably did something to us.
Yep. Relationship with
so to prove my point, She was like, no, that's a good judging tool. I was like, really? I was like, so how was you? This is so funny. I swear, I hope she's watching too. She said to me, I said, so how was your relationship with your dad? Well, my dad was my best friend, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, great. I said, that means every relationship you've been in has been an amazing man, huh? Not to mention knowing the fact she got 2 kids by 2 different daddies. But anyway, I didn't bring that up and throw it in her face. I said, so every relationship you done had to been awesome. She was like, no. I was like, but wait a minute. You just told me by the way I treat my mother shows you how I'm going to treat a woman. So by the way you had a great relationship with your dad means you should have a great relationship with men. Well, no, my dad was on drugs and he abandoned us. Oh, so should I use your dad's relationship to judge you? No, because I'm different. I said, you just proved my point.
Double standard.
Yeah.
It's so easy. So what I'm trying to say is this. We got a lot of misinformation. We already an hour something in. Let's go away with the questions.
Now, back to the situational date, because that shit hit me. I'm like, so I know, listen, men can't just take no for an answer.
When it comes to sex,
yeah, I mean, like, damn. If
have you ever heard a rapper? Actually, I don't want to give the credit to a rapper. It actually happened in multiple movies, and I'm talking about black and white. I'm talking about early '70s movies. I'm talking about flick movies that are cult classics. When a woman is saying no, she's really saying yes.
I've heard that, but damn.
Okay, so I also understand this. There's so many songs that say, "Oh, wait a minute." What was it? I think it was in How High. He was like, hey, man, I ain't dating that kind of woman because all those women know how to say is no, don't, and stop. And then Redman was like, no, I like dating them kind of women because what they saying to me is no, don't stop. Like, it's funny. Do you see what I'm getting at? So to answer your question about that, I'm saying that to protect yourself, I got to go back to and we got to talk about this when it comes to the men. We got to, but I'm gonna touch on it real quick because I see it's baffling you. I got to go back to NCAA. So I was recruited to run track and all that good stuff, right? So when you get on the campus, I went to HBCU. So what people don't understand is every campus you have what we call NCAA standards, or like it's a group of people that make sure we're within NCAA rules and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Guess what my first conversation was as an athlete, college athlete? Don't take your clothes off in a room with a woman until she's disrobed. Don't go anywhere with a white woman without 2 other people.
Yep.
Never touch a woman's personal area. Make her touch you first. Like, these are rules they're given to me to protect me on campus, the athlete. Do you understand what I'm getting at? They don't give it to male students. But they're protecting us because what are we? We're valuable to their universities. So what I'm trying to say is so many men don't have that real game. So therefore, we do have men that will go on a date. Hey, you want to go back to my place? Sure. Hey, can I kiss you? Sure. We're kissing and touching. Fingers move to areas that are forbidden, if you will. Come on. No, not tonight. Come on now. They keep trying. Just a little bit. And before you know it, we never know that woman can be uncomfortable. Yeah. And she's in a position now to where she can't stop you. So I'm not saying that every situation should be like that, but I'm also a big champion for conversing before a sexual act happens. Like, I teach this to the young women that I mentor when I go to speak at young women conferences. I tell women this. Most men don't want to talk before a chance to sleep with you. Why? Because they don't want to say something stupid and talk themselves out of something. But the most important thing we should do before having sex or intercourse with a new person is always have a conversation. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes you. Because you want to make sure that woman is in the right space of mind, the right frame of mind to engage with you, to protect not only you, but her. Yeah. So I understand the pain that, trust me, I shared this with some dudes on the golf course. Oh my God, they was hot. It was like, what? You mean a woman can lie and say? I'm like, hey, man, that's why so many different things you should do before intimacy, just to protect you, just because we're in a climate right now where a woman's word can mess up your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scary.
And also, it doesn't come immediately. It comes a few years later.
Right. But let me tell you one other thing. I got to address this with women. Child support and rape.
They're lying.
Child support was created for women. It was not created for men in mind. Actually, the calculation system they use is so outdated. It makes no sense for a man, right?
Yeah.
Rape. If a man says a woman rapes him, automatically ridiculed.
Yep.
So guess what? There's a different side. I'm not pushing this. I'm not getting any lobbyists, but I have to talk about it being a therapist. I've had so many men in my office that look at me and say, dude, I always pull out. And they're married. They're married. I always pull out. I don't know how she's pregnant. Well, I think I talked about this in one of our other subjects. It's called Nocturnal Emissions. Like if you have a healthy man between the middle of REM sleep and coming out of REM sleep, he will get an erection in his sleep because of blood flow. Hop right on them, take it, don't even know. You see what I'm getting at? So that's an issue. We don't talk about that.
Right.
Secondly, are there any laws on the book?
So basically, she raped him then.
Yes, exactly. She stole a seed.
Yep.
There's no laws on the book to protect the man against that, because how can you prove it? Secondly, how many laws are on the book for women that cry wolf and say a man raped her and it's proven that he didn't? How many women go to jail?
A trillion, a billion.
None.
That conversation with somebody the other day. Just had that conversation.
How many women falsify documents to act like they're not making a certain amount of money?
Oh, I see
so the dude can pay more money. How many women do that?
Oh shit!
Wow.
Now, mind you, listen. If I falsify documents to the IRS,
oh, you getting it?
Where I'm going?
Next to Wesley Snipes.
Do you understand what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
The laws are like what I'm saying is women want to scream equal justice, women want to scream equal pay. Well, I need a group of women to stand up and speak for the men that are being hurt by no good women. Instead of just only focus on all the laws to protect women, I need women to champion laws to protect men. Then we fight in the same fight.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. The other day, Halle Berry, she had she got to pay child support. And she went buck wild on the internet. Okay. Then now she wants to champion for men that have been basically that got the raw end of the deal from females.
Say the real word. Defrauded. Say the real word.
Defrauded. Okay.
Yes. Fraudulent behavior.
It's just odd how you saying that now, because again, prior to this, when she didn't have an issue, when she didn't have to come out the pocket, and a friend of mine, she's a good friend to the show too. Maria and I, we have discussions about this all the time, and I try to explain the same thing, that why is it now the females they champion? And I'm not taking nothing from anyone because this is their month, but like you said, just stand up.
It's their day, not their month, but you give them the whole month.
No,
I give y'all like I'm done. It's your whole month. Take it.
Why is it? Females it doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, they will champion with each other. All right. And they always come up with an excuse on something to say, oh, well, that's because this and that's because that. Even when you break it down, I broke it down in most layman's term. And after that, all she did was go like this. Okay. Just admit it. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Right.
That's it.
Well, the reason why that happens is because we have so many women that have been taken advantage of.
Yeah.
To where they will always side with the taken advantage partner, even if the taken advantage partner has something to do with it. Dave Chappelle said it best in one of his stand-ups right before actually it was the one he addressed at the Comedy Central thing. He talked about how a guy stole a joke from him.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude stood up over. It's like, I can just take it, right? Well, there are so many women. This is some real game here. So many women, something was taken from them so long ago that they never want to feel that feeling again. So no matter what it looks like, if it's something about to be taken or something's going to be taken from another woman, they're going to champion that. Yeah. You see what I'm getting at? Because they know what that feeling's like. So like, I had this one, and I hate to get back to race, but I had a Caucasian friend, and I told him, I said, sit over there, and I want you to just watch me. And watch the people coming in Starbucks. Watch how they look at me. He's like, you crazy. Ain't nothing going to happen. He saw at least 10 people walk by me, look me up and down. I got more money than them probably. Look me up and down. hold their purses, look at me in a fearful way. Like, yo, he was like, really? I was like, can you imagine if my head was up and I saw what you just saw? How would that make me feel? And for that one day, I showed him the experience in being a black man. It's the thought that is the problem with us. It ain't so much the action. It's the thought that somebody feels that I would do something to them, right? So that goes right back to most women. It's the thought that somebody would do something to them. It's the thought that somebody would try something again. That's why our women are always on guard.
Yeah.
Now, I need this to be said once again. For us to have equal power, women need to look at all of the areas where men are not protected from laws that were protected that protect women, and then champion for men to be a part of that. Let's get some protection over there, and then watch you. I guarantee you, you'll get more bees with honey. Like you get more bears with honey. I promise you, if we start working for each other, like me, I will. Like my knuckles are jacked up, not because of me. I guarantee you, most of the fights I got in was protecting a woman. None of my fights was because somebody wanted to smoke with me. So you looking at a dude that would protect a woman at all costs.
Yeah.
But where are the women that want to protect me in that same manner? Not necessarily physically, but also the other side. You know what I'm saying? So I think one of the biggest things we can do is that women on here that want power, not power, women on here that want equality based on power, share that power. Don't be afraid to say women that take child support in a fraudulent manner should be held accountable and should possibly have levies put against them to recoup said money. And if they violate any of the child support funds that come from the father, if they violate it and use it in an appropriate manner, they risk losing child support.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that ain't happening.
No, but it can if women speak up.
It should. But
there were some women champion a while ago, maybe a couple of years ago. They were championing a credit card for child support. And that credit card would only be able to be used in areas that were pre-approved for said child. Now that take a lot of coding to do. That take a company to do it. But what I'm saying is a woman actually tried to champion that for men because her brother was being abused.
Okay.
The brother was paying so much money a month in child support, and the woman was always showing up in new purses and new shoes, and the child kept coming over in the same clothes.
Hold up. But to me, that's the only way they're gonna understand. If the female have brothers and they see their brothers going through the shit that they're going through from other women. That's the only way they're gonna understand.
That's why we have women like Sassy.
I agree.
But that's why we have women like Sassy.
They don't give a shit. In predominantly female households, they really a lot of times
it's just
almost anything that they bring. I know several people, so in almost any situation, any topic that's brought up, it's like, oh, but what about the man? It's like, but we just talking about females. Why we got to bring up something about the man for? You know, but the man is always the enemy.
The focus.
Also, those females who champion just for the females. Don't forget, y'all have sons, so you're gonna watch another female drag your son to all that mud.
I don't know.
And not defend him.
When
he's a man.
You gotta understand something with something.
Ooh, I almost said something bad.
Go ahead.
I almost said something bad.
Time out. Go ahead.
I almost said something bad. No, I don't want to put that out there.
No, damn that. Go ahead.
Nah.
No, well, to make the point to what Norris was saying, some people don't care because it's not happening to them directly. So when it comes to their sons or anything, until that time comes, it's not their problem.
Yeah, man.
Good point.
It's not their problem.
Good point. The worst part about, I know this took a left turn when we started talking about child support and all that stuff, but I had to say it because I believe that if women could hear my voice, on that, they would understand why it's imperative that if you want these equal things and want this, which I want for you, we have to speak for men, just like women want men to speak for women. We're a team. Yeah. I showed y'all the Y chromosome. I do this, I'll bring it up. Dang it, I done drew all on the paper talking to y'all. Please don't pay attention to my doodling.
All good.
But if you look at this, the XX, right? But if you look at the Y chromosome, 1 and 1, make one. So that means when it comes to a man, I take the woman and me, and we become a team. The X and the X is I take you, me, and we make a team. It's the same side. It's the same thing. If we can be a team and champion for certain things, trust me, you'll have more of us champion for women's rights. First of all, we shouldn't have a champion for women's rights. That's stupid to me. Like, dude, it should be the same. I don't care. But the reason why they have the champion for women's rights and things like that is because there's certain laws set up just for women. And if we did go for equal rights, some of those laws will be removed. And therefore, some women would be not protected. You see what I'm getting at? So,
but what we really need a support team for is for divorce, man. For men in divorce, man.
Yo, we'll hold that,
man.
For when
that's another topic.
Men topic.
Crazy, man.
Divorce
topic.
I can get into that slightly on the women's side because I know 3 powerful women that I know personally where the husbands came after them. Because they were famous. One was a famous comedian, one was a famous actress, and one was a famous doctor.
Okay.
And so, rightfully so, there's more men being extorted through divorce than there are women.
Yeah.
Okay. But also, why is it that men don't sign? Why is it that relationships are afraid of a prenup?
It's like you're saying, I don't really love you. That's how I think of it.
No, that's
yeah.
No, listen, I want to hear what Sassy got to say.
Mostly like what
I have a prenup.
Like you're saying.
Yeah, damn right.
So Sassy, you married?
I love you contract.
I'm married.
And you have a prenup?
Yeah.
So give me 100,000 real quick, because I know you got it, because you got a prenup. But no, real talk. I think if we really go back to y'all show, The Business of Marriage, if we really looked at marriage as a business, a prenup would not be a problem.
Not at all.
And a prenup's not to protect one party more than the other. The prenup is to make sure that if anything dissolves, it's dissolved amicably and we're protecting on both sides.
Facts.
But we don't want to talk about that. People don't want to talk about that. People don't want to talk about that. Women don't want to talk about it either. I swear to you, living in California, there's so many women that have extorted men. Extortion.
Yeah.
Extortion, bro. Like, and they get away with it. Like, I'm at the point now, and I can't say the special person I'm messing with right now because I don't want them in my business. But I'm at the point right now, my first date, I think we talked about this, Starbucks. Starbucks. I'm not paying for nothing.
Right.
I'd rather give you a $4 latte and then see if I'm gonna even like you than pay for a $190 meal and then I can't stand
Not
you.
like you.
Yeah.
That's a bad investment.
Man, they're gonna.
That's a bad investment. But I got female friends, right, that will say this to me. Well, he got to take me to a 4-star, 5-star out the gate. We got to go to Noble. We got to do this. We got to go to Mass.
That's what I'm saying. They would say you're cheap.
I'm looking at them like, you what? So basically, and I joke with them all the time. I basically say, okay, I'm not good with holding this thing up here. I was like, yo, so this is your cootie cat, right? All right, so Nobu is going to be $45 for drinks if you both get 2 drinks apiece, right? If you guys both get an appetizer, shared appetizer, that's going to be $29, okay? If you guys both get an entree, that's $42 to $75 per entree. All right, got that. And tip is going to be 22% because first of all, I'm with you, so I got to act like I'm balling, right? So I got to tip 22%, right?
Yep.
So the bill is going to be $290, $312, so 22% of that. And then I put the number at the bottom. Now I just scribble something. I put the number at the bottom, right?
John face.
And I look at them and I say, let me ask you a question. You see this? Like, yeah. I said, so basically you're telling me that your coochie is worth this much? So why don't I just cut you a check or Venmo you this and we don't have to go to dinner?
There it is.
And guess what the words are? You think I'm a hoe? What the hell?
Yep.
You just said if I pay this much, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, forget dinner. Here you go. Give it to me.
Right.
It don't work that way. Well, he has to romance me. Well, hell, I can romance you at Wally World or Chili's.
Right.
I can put your chair out. I can pull your chair out. I can put the napkin on you. I can bring me one of them little candles with the battery in it and put it on the table. I can romance you at Chili's.
Right.
Well, you got to go over there. You see what I'm getting at? So I say that to say this. It's not women's all the way fault that they do that. I think it's a value system that we have skewed when it comes to women.
Yeah.
So many women believe that a man paying this much, doing this much, and doing this much in the beginning shows how much he values her. But in actuality, after he does that and gets the said payment or said reciprocal behavior that he's looking to get, he's out of there.
It's a wrap.
So then, therefore, who's in the wrong? He paid for what he wanted and he's out.
Yeah.
You set the standards for what he was paying for and you then paid. Services rendered.
We done.
Yeah.
Who's complaining?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I think our women have to be built up in this segment, in this show as well. Know your worth.
Know your worth. Yeah.
Know your worth.
I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. This ain't none of y'all business. But
don't go tell it to the world.
I really want to do I know y'all really do go to the world. I had somebody from Jamaica hit me in my inbox.
You see it?
But I have a friend that I love bonfires. I don't know if I told y'all that, but I went to do a bonfire, right? So the wood is $100. To detail my car out of all that sand, because trust me, it's a lot of sand when you get in the car. I don't care how clean you think you are.
Yeah.
My detail is like $190 plus tax. I mean, plus tax and tip. Probably my to detail my car is $210 probably.
Come again?
That's California love.
Yeah, to detail my car. Listen, and I'm gangster. I want every damn piece of sand out of my car. Y'all better be in there with a magnifying glass. I want every grade of sand out of my damn car.
Hold up, Mr. Johnson. Hold up.
Hold on. Wait, we might have to go start back on that detail.
Hold up. Hold up. Repeat that.
What's
price.
up?
Repeat that price again.
My detail for my car, because it's SUV, is $189, and then tax and then tip. So I'm at $210, $220 when it comes to detail my car.
So
at the end of the day.
How much that is like about 5 years maintenance.
Right. So no, stop playing. Let me get to my point. So check this out. So I got my friend, I said, I'm about to go get my car detailed, because man, we got enough sand in there to where I can, make my own beach, right? These are her words. I'll go half with you on it.
Say what?
She go half on it.
I said, excuse me? I said, excuse me? I said, whoa. Come again, say what? Look, you said go half. Well, baby, hold on. That's beautiful. But baby, my detail is like $189, $90. Like $200. She's like, okay, what's your Venmo? I said, man, you playing. I'm like, listen, you know what? I'm all about women empowerment. Listen, let me tell y'all why I did that. I dated some women that I want to say dated. I dated a woman, and then I had some women in one of my lectures that said they get offended when a man won't let them offer to pay or won't let them pay. They said that that's a man taking their power. If they believe that they have enough economical backing to pay for themselves, they look at it as a slight when a man looks at them and think that they don't have to be able to provide for themselves, right? So I always pay for stuff. That's just me because I like nice stuff. But I'll never ask a woman to chip in. I'll never ask a woman to pay. But now if a woman says, listen, I know how you are. I'm going to take you out. You can't pay nothing. I'm not going to say, no, I'm a man. I ain't going to allow that to happen. They're like, you sure?
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you? I ain't going to hate on you. But it's not going to be a regular occurrence. You see what I'm getting at? But anyway.
No.
Only reason I gave her the Venmo is because I was like, okay, I remember this one woman told me that I'm drowning her. She didn't say it to me, but in the lecture, she was like, I feel a man is drowning out my individuality. What did she say? No, she said, I feel a man is dragging out my independence. He's drowning out my independence. If we go on a dinner date and he pays the tab and I say, let me get the tip, and he doesn't let me get the tip, I believe he's trying to silence me and control me with his money.
Wow.
So when I heard that, no, I hear you, Sassy, but there are so many women that their husbands and their boyfriends, they control the bank. I'm sorry. There are so many
That's
women
true.
that I've worked with in divorce cases where the husband, when the woman divorced, she doesn't have a bank account. When the woman is divorced, she has no credit. Why? Because the man paid all the bills. He
Controls
managed the bank
everything.
account.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
found out that that was not a good thing. She needs to have her own bank account, her own credit cards. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
need to have your own imprint economically. So that's the reason I said, okay, here's the Venmo. I'm thinking she getting ready to send me $5.
Mm.
She really sent me half. I said, you lucky I just learned how to work Venmo. How the hell I send this back? Don't you try me like that. I can afford my own detail.
Yeah.
Do you know the sweetest thing a woman, not a woman, but the sweetest thing I think a woman when it came to me trying to keep my economical positioning and then also let a woman, which is the worst statement to ever say, let a woman, I ain't letting her do nothing, but I'm championing her to be herself and be her own economical self. One of the first statements I ever heard that made me feel even more safe in doing that was when she said these words: keep it for future detailings. We going to a beach again, ain't we? I was like, wait a minute, can I get naked right now? Wait, well, what I'm saying is, man, I thought that was one of the most gangster things. Like, there's so many women that got their own money now, but there's so many women that still follow the guidelines of those women without.
But I got a
And
question.
that is pay this and pay that and do this. Go ahead.
I got a question. Now, earlier on in the show, you brought up equal rights, equal pay. I'm gonna say this: some women don't deserve no damn equal right, equal pay. Because damn it,
Wow,
Be very careful with
for
that.
what you said.
because
Be
they cry
very
about
careful with
it.
that.
Oh, but yeah, I'm
Be
like,
very careful with that. Be very careful
I
with
know
that.
I'm gonna sound like a male chauvinist pig right about now for this.
Right? Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Some of them don't deserve that shit. Okay, you want
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
you
Please
want
give me
equal
a
rights, equal pay.
give me the occupation that you're talking about too.
Any occupation. If you want to put in the same
Can't
work
say
as a
that.
man,
Listen,
if you want,
Can't say that.
hold on, let me talk.
Hey,
Let me
Q,
talk.
move your chair.
Let me talk. Now,
Lightning about to
if you're
strike.
willing to put in the same work as a man, yes, get your equal rights, equal pay. But if not, no.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you implying that these positions? Are you implying that women don't work the same amount? Is that what you're saying?
No, not all of them.
Okay, I get you. I get you.
You got some who do.
I'm just saying.
No. You got a valid point because there are so many women that get escalated and ascend up the corporate ladder because they can wear cleavage at a meeting.
Yeah.
You got 100% point.
Thank you.
No. I agree with you on that fact.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But when we're at the same level of academia or professionalism or experience, that shouldn't even be a discussion. It should be, can you do this and can you do it well? That's it. Now, that's why I will always be a champion for women because I believe we all should have the same start line. Now, mind you, think of how gangster this is. This is coming from a black man who, in my profession, I normally make anywhere between 20 to 37% less than the white man that has the same academia.
Yeah,
That's
Because
crazy.
I'm black.
Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know if I told you this, but my third book, Hang Up the Phone. So I did a little recon myself, right? So my book had front facing at Calabasas, Barnes and Noble, right? That's very rare for a person that doesn't have a major back in it, right? I had front facing, meaning the front of my book, the cover was front facing. It wasn't with the spine; it was front facing. We did a survey. We watched about 100 people walk by the book, pick it up. So you have about 4.6 to 5.2 seconds for a person to decide to take your book to the cash register. People were holding my book in excess of 25 to 32 seconds, meaning I got their attention, right? Out of all of the Caucasian and other people that picked up my book, if it was 100 of them, 98 of them put it down when they got to the back cover and it was the first book I put my picture in.
Black man.
Secondly, we talked about it. I got the textbook. I keep it with me everywhere I go with you guys. I have a textbook where I actually own the curriculum on love, neurological love, right? I had a dude look at me that I'm trying to raise $10 million. He said, dude, you're going to change the world. That textbook right there is $100 million. But I can't fund you because white people don't listen to black people. I had another man that was over a $500 million hedge fund. He says, Chris, you need to get you a white boy from Harvard to be your face. Both of those dudes I try to square
be a ghostwriter?
No, not ghostwriter. The book's done. He's talking about speak for me in meetings.
Yeah.
Be the face of the company.
Be the face of it, basically.
Be the face of the company.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say to you is that I want to square up on them just for that, right? So trust me, coming from a man that has some stuff that could possibly, that will change the world, I am still looked at as a minority when it comes to it. So understand, I speak for women when I say we fight in the same battle. So when I say equal rights at the base, regardless of gender, race, or whatever, we there. I'm for that. But now, what I'm also for is I can't go in a meeting to get $10 million and unzip my pants and let my scrotums hang.
Like
and be like, hey, give me that money. But you better believe she could be like, bam, hey, so are you gonna invest or not? Yeah. And the dude gonna be so busy looking like,
short skirt.
What's the check? What's the check? Also, you better believe a man can't go in. Actually, what's funny is the first lawsuit of its kind here in California, I believe it is. A man is now suing a female boss because he had hernia surgery the week before. He came back to work. She asked him to lift some heavy boxes. He couldn't lift them because he had hernia surgery. She said, you need to man up and pick them boxes up. He's now suing her for genderism. Like literally, I'm telling you, it's one of the funniest cases. But he has a point. And I know you're gonna like this. Basically, hold on, we got a slide here. But basically, if like I'm on your point, if a woman does equal work, then she needs equal pay. But then you also got to look at this. A man stands to have more risk in a professional setting than a woman does. See, a woman can wear cleavage and a tight dress, and a man can say she's enticing me. We need to have a dress code. Oh my God, that dude to get fired and the company gets sued.
Big time. Oh, I see it every damn day.
But a man can go up to a woman and say, oh, you look nice today. Without having to go report to HR for sensitivity training. Do you see what I'm getting at? So there are so many different positions where we have inequalities. So I don't want to get into those arguments. You have a great point, my brother. You do. My biggest argument about equal pay is let's make sure it's a base. Then we can go from there.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
What was Socha saying there? What's she saying? I can't read it.
The dominant society won't allow melanated people to shine naturally because of their fragile ego.
That's a dope statement. But you know what's even doper about that statement is that we even give them the power to think they can do that.
That's true.
So what's funny, I was talking to a Caucasian woman the other day, and she was talking about slavery. And I was like, calm down, Sally. First of all, we were the first slave masters. We taught y'all how to do it. Secondly, we give y'all too much credit. Okay. Columbus was lost. He didn't even touch America. He was down there in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
If you read, I think we talked about this in the last show. If you read Columbus's diaries, he cussed out his aquatical engineers. He's like, you idiots. We supposed to be going over to Madagascar. How the hell we end up over here? So even though we celebrate, white people celebrate Christopher Columbus, even if you read his words, he's like, dude, I got lost here. They didn't want to be here. So what I'm trying to say is we give Caucasian people too much credit. Therefore, they're responsible for everything. If y'all think about it, man, oh my God, this is some good stuff. If y'all think about it, and I hate to go race now because we're supposed to be talking about women, but this has something to do with women too. White Caucasians that came out of that Caucasus Mountain have really only been in a position to be powerful in the last 400 years. We got plants that are 2,000 years old. We are in 2020. What's that telling you? So, like I said, with women, when it comes to race, they're controlling the narrative. We have to change that. Women have to change the narrative. I'm not emotionally unstable. I can't handle this. I can't handle that. So we should have to change the narrative. He's still fuming about that equal pay thing. I know he is. What woman cheated you out of a job, bro?
No. It's not because I see it every day where I work at. I be like, damn.
Right.
I think we've all
Don't discuss your pay at work, man. That's the worst thing to do.
We all see it,
You're gonna get mad.
Yeah, but if you're thinking like, okay, I can lift 2
No,
buckets of paint and she can lift one.
I'm not talking because a lot of them talking about equal rights, equal. I'm like, damn, but y'all ain't not doing the damn.
Oh man, do you want to fight? Like, yo, that was some fighting words, bro. This is a woman's show. Like, we.
No. I'm saying no. They don't want to bring it up. They say no. They always saying equal rights for them. I'm like, okay, but y'all are not okay. Y'all okay? You want to get paid, but do the damn job.
Yo,
What?
we go. Keep that one.
Do the job like what?
Hey, is it any women in that studio you guys in?
Hell no.
Somebody need to go give him a hug. Like, for real, bro. Like, you need a hug.
Yo,
You need some breast to pet contact. So the Soul Child young person said, what about equal family rights? I want to touch on that real quick.
Equal family rights.
I love that how you brought it back up on the screen. Equal pay, equal family rights. Okay. So let's talk about the womb. Is there a price on the womb?
Yeah.
No, actually, it kind of isn't, but it really is when it comes to divorce. Okay. Is there a price on the nursing period between birth and 2 years of age where a woman is considered the only person to be able to feed the child through her breast? Is there a price on that?
Yeah.
Could be.
It really isn't, but it is used in court. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to divorce and there are children present, a woman can say her job was feeding the children, changing the diapers, and birthing the child. And that's almost like a deduction, right? So let's say the man has 2.5 million and the woman in her marriage attained 400,000. Well, the courts can really calculate the year she spent raising the child, the year she spent nursing the child, the time she spent pregnant, and the pain and suffering from the pregnancy and deduct it from his money. Did you know that?
You know that?
I've heard something like that.
No, your womb, a woman's womb does have value. Okay, it does. We can tell that with the surrogate business. And out here in California, the surrogate business is very big business. Big business. Not trying to be crass, but if there's any woman that really wants to focus on giving life in this earth and she's not worried about having kids and wants to have more kids,
go to California.
Even if they're not, move to California. Real talk. There's so many surrogates out here. It's amazing because there's so many businesswomen out here that don't want to mess up their figures or their careers to have a baby, but yet they need a woman to house it. As we know, Regina Hall and Morris Chestnut did the movie on it about a woman carrying the seed. So trust me, it's a big deal. That's why they did a movie on it.
Question for you.
Doing with Gabrielle Union did too.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
But do that sometime backfires?
What do you mean?
Legally,
even though she's a surrogate, but don't it?
No, it doesn't backfire because it's a contract.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a contract. No, they have actually legitimate NDAs and contracts out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got a question for you.
Go ahead. I want to go back to equal family rights too, though. But go ahead, ask the question.
Viewers.
The video, is that the video question?
Video, yeah. He wants to ask something.
Well, let him answer that, and then we'll go to the video to close out.
Okay, so the equal family rights, okay? Because, and this is so interesting, man, that we're talking about this. The laws are set up to be in favor of the carrier of the child. This is how it is. We can never, I don't think we can change that, okay? Unless the woman has done diabolical, debilitating things to her body while the child is in her. You see what I'm getting at?
Right.
That's the only way I think we can fight against that. We really can't fight against it because also it'd be a case by case scenario. But the courts would be tied up in so many appeals, it would be ridiculous, right? But the point I'm trying to make is equal rights when it comes to family. I started a company called Good Man Society a while ago, and it's based on all the good men in the world. There's a lot of good men that their paternal rights have been removed, or because the mother didn't like them anymore, they make up stories, and the man can't afford the right lawyer because he's playing out the wazoo for child support, so he can't afford the right lawyer. And then in court, he's misrepresented, and then the child suffers. Okay. We really got to push for more people to start foundations and champion with women as well to start equal foundations to make sure male and females get the equal right. Not because one is violent, one is abusive, none of that. I'm talking about when you got two sound people and a judge can see one or the other is not over the other, so they're using the child. You got to realize it's a show on A&E called Court TV. I think the last 2 episodes, there was a judge that was actually brought up on violation and sanctioned by the Supreme Court in her state because she told the children that the same words the kids said out of their mouth, the mother has said. So she knows that 9-year-old and 10-year-old doesn't understand what the term violent means or aggressive means. So the fact that they said it, she used this term brainwashing, which she shouldn't have. She should have just said, you sound like your mother. That's not fair because that means you guys are reading the same script. Instead of saying that, she said, I remand both of you guys to juvenile camp or something where your mother and father will have equal rights. So I'm taking it out of her hands, and both of your mom and dad, y'all gonna live by yourself with these campers, and your mom and dad will have equal rights. Now that was very man, I'm telling you, we're talking about groundbreaking legislation. That was huge. But then she was penalized for doing it. But here's the dopest part: it was a female judge that did it. So a female judge spoke for a male defendant. So, like I said, to keep the courts from being hampered up by appeal after appeal, we need to start nonprofits. Any woman out here listening that hears my voice and wants equal rights and equal pay and equal that, start championing the other side of the fence with your power. I can lift up a woman and not feel weak. But how many women can lift up a man and not feel inferior? That's what we got to get to.
Yep.
So we need more nonprofits. We need more organizations that fight for fathers and women at the same time. Like I want an organization that has a whole side dedicated to fighting for men, helping them understand what child support paperwork looks like, helping them understand what to say, helping them understand this. And I need another side to make sure women know the right way to do it without being fraudulent. Let's educate everybody instead of having a bunch of people mad at each other and ain't none of us changing the laws.
Exactly.
True.
Man,
we got to change the laws.
We're gonna put together something on that. I'm gonna talk to you on that.
I got you on that one.
I already saw
the video.
But
I got you on that one.
All right, we're gonna make you get this question from this viewer who's waiting.
Hello, Dr. Johnston. My name is Farah, and my questions to you is why some females like to hang out with other guys than their actual female friends?
Good question.
I've heard that a lot.
You ready? I can't speak for all women, but competition.
Yeah.
So many women have been bullied by women. We hear it all the time. Mean girl syndrome. I went to a school where we all had to wear uniforms, but it was still a hierarchy. You have the same uniform on. So when it comes to women abusing women, that's something they don't talk about. So there are so many women, trust me, I'm an alpha male. I have a lot of alpha male females that me and them will never have sex. They just need some male energy, and I got they back because I'm going to protect them as well and not try to use their vulnerability to get in a happy place. You feel me? Like I respect them, they respect me. So I get a lot of alpha females that are my friends that bounce stuff off of me. Do you know the battle with women on women violence? And we ain't talking about physical. We're talking about emotional.
Yep.
We're talking
Emotional
about
violence.
mental. Like,
Yeah.
yo, like, and then also I can't really blame the women because they're getting it from both sides. I know women, man, whoa, this is weird. This is some freaky stuff. The woman I just told y'all, my friend I just buried, she has a company, and I'm not trying to get a plug. She has passed away. But the company was a cigar aficionados, not us, for women. And she was trying to get more women into cigar smoking. She was in the ground level of trying to create like technology and actual chemistry products that can remove smoke from a woman's hair, remove smoke, like all kind of stuff. Because she wanted more men and women to smoke cigars together. So I used to go to cigar places with her, and I don't like cigars, but I used to go because she was cool. Never in my mind would ever be any kind of intimate thing. She was like a big sis to me, right? But I would go into cigar places with her, and men would be sizing me up like, yo, I was trying to holler at her like, that's my sister. But what I'm saying is there were no other females there. She was able to thrive in a male-dominant industry because men were not used to seeing that, but also she was woman enough to be able to be in that situation. And I promise you, I never heard one of them dudes say they slept with her. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Like, she had the respect.
Yeah.
So there's not too many women that can hang with a group of men and be untouched. More importantly, there's not too many women and men that will believe that she ain't been touched. So what we have to look at is, first of all, why do certain females feel more comfortable with groups of men? Maybe they were raised by brothers. Maybe they have a strong relationship with their father. Maybe they are confident enough in their sexuality where they can hang out with a man and then also not only protect themselves, but make sure they ain't tried. So it's not so much of a blanket statement that I can give. But what I can say is that some women do feel more comfortable with men because guess what? They know their angle. Most men just want to sleep with them. So they know their angle. They can see where they're weak. They can see where they're this. They can see where they're that, right? So women, a smart woman, not saying women that don't are dumb. I'm not saying that. But a woman that is keen on observing, she can hang with men because she knows their angles.
Yeah. She know what they're about.
Yeah. But when it comes to women, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know how many women I know that have come to therapy and they have receipts of leaving their girlfriend saying her hair was bomb, and then they was included in a text thread which they didn't know she was included, and they was like, girl, did you see that dead fish on her head? How did y'all let
I've heard that. Trust me.
That's true. That's true.
It's true.
Yo, when you want to, like, see, with men, I'm not trying to genderize this statement, but with men, if a man talks behind another man's back, God, I want to say this word so beautifully, but I'm not, because we're talking about women. No, Jay, you know the P word. You know the P word.
Yeah.
He you say the P word. He. If you talk behind another man's back, you're a P.
P-Valley.
Like, don't you ever, like, a man, like, yo, I will make fun of you to your face. I'm going to talk about you behind your back.
Yeah.
And then if we're going to square, we're going to square up. But women, on the other hand, that is an actual weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, living in Miami, how many groups of women me and Jay? No, I'm not going to put you out there like that. But you know how many groups of women me and my frat brothers and friends have come into account with? And one of the fun, because I'm tall and sexy. So I'm probably going to get, listen, let's look at it this way. Let's say it's 5 women, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's 5 women. We got the alpha female, the one that probably put everything together, probably drove, set up the party. She knows everybody.
Yep.
We got the pretty girl that's going to attract attention, get free drinks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. We got the blocker, the one that has a man at home, but she comes out to be the anchor to make sure don't nobody go home or go crazy. We got the girl who's trying to be down. She knows she's pretty, but she has self-esteem issues. So we put her at the back, but she's still fine as all get out. But if we let her get too much tequila in her, she gonna mess up our whole group.
Yeah.
And then we got the ugly girl.
Yeah.
Then we got the ugly girl.
Hold up. The ugly girl with a fine body. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about Willie Mammoth. No, I done seen some Willie Mammoths in Miami. Like, I done seen some Willie Mammoths. Like, I'm talking to the pretty girl, and I'm like, you let her come out with that bathing suit on. You let her booty cheeks be ashy.
Hold up now. But you do got some the face ugly, but boy, from neck down, damn.
Well, hold on, man. That's a whole no. Listen, most of them girls come in the same group, the butter group. Everything but they faces.
Yeah.
So you get them. But then also the 5 that I said are the most common that I met in Miami.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not trying to tell men to go get them any of their good stuff, but I'm gonna tell you something. Living in Miami for 5 years, do you know how many women partied, come down there, and it's 5, 10 of them, and they're celebrating single parties or divorce parties? Do you know how many before the term cougar was popular? You know how many cougars try to kidnap me? Trust me, if you're a single dude, move to Miami. Because trust me. Every weekend, it's about 5, 6 women at the Cleveland, and they came down there to celebrate it. They came down there to celebrate a divorce party.
Where to move?
And all they want to do is get you naked. Trust me, it's happened a bunch. But anyway,
if you're single, move to where?
Miami. So, but what I'm saying is, each member of the crew has a job. Okay. Do you know that within this crew there is some hierarchy?
Like a book.
Yeah, I want to read whatever that was. But in this crew, in this crew, there's a hierarchy.
That's what, No.
That's true.
And even in that crew, they're not fighting for women's rights. Even in that crew, one of those women are considered less valuable to the group.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
trust me, women have it worse. When it comes to men, you got the dude that know everybody. You got the dude that's popular and he's probably fine and all the women like him, but he's a dummy and he can't fight. So we let him hang with us because he can't fight. Then you got the dude that got the bread. I don't smoke weed, but I've hung with groups where the dude got the weed or the drinks. Then you got the one dude who's ugly, but he got a mouthpiece. So it ain't no easy way to say that he probably gonna get us 5 or 6 chicks with his mouthpiece.
You rap, damn right.
Right? And then you got the ugly dude, but guess what? He can fight. He can fight. So it's like he the dude that just stand behind the whole group and just be like,
I'm 4
yeah,
and
what you
5.
say? What you say? He that dude. So trust me.
I'm 4 and 5.
It's 4 and 5.
Hey, I'll admit that shit.
Oh, you 4 and 5. Dang, that's funny as all get out. But listen, the male dynamic is a little bit different than the female one. I'll tell the dude that is ugly that can only fight. I'll be like, yo, hey, you got our back? You got the Yonka in the car? All right, I'm gonna get you some. Let me do the mouthpiece. Then I'll go and find a cute girl and I'll tell her, bring me your friend. And because they match each other, I'm not judging. I'm fine, but I'm not saying I'm the cutest. But because they match each other, if you understand what I'm getting at, they match.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna send some drinks to my man. Tell your girl to go over there and my man bought her the drinks. You feel me? So I make my man look good, right? I make my man look good. He ain't had to come out his pocket, but he up there sipping on Cristal because I sent a bottle to him and the ugly chick. No disrespect, because all women are beautiful. All women are beautiful.
Just send me the one with the ugly face and the good body. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. You know what I'm saying?
Why? So y'all can why? So y'all can make an ugly baby? I'm joking. I heard that on TV. I'm sorry, that is not. Hey, what you say, John, at the beginning of your show? The views and ideas of what I just said do not reflect.
Yeah, put that up.
Dr. Johnson, we got our friend Kelly checking in. Here we go. We're going to post it. Post it up.
It's women.
Hi, Dr. Johnson. My name is Kelly. There seems to be a growing trend in which men are becoming more anti-women, as in red pillars or MGTOW, men going their own way, or just seem like they really hate women. Not in a sexual sense. What would you attribute this to? And just asking for a friend.
MGTOW.
She asked for herself.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I gotta give a disclaimer. I don't want no beef with Jay-Z or Beyonce or any of the Destiny children. I love them all. I don't buy music, but I will buy their albums if it helps. I'm going to give you guys a timeline. Mind you, I'm not speaking over history. I'm going to speak over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for the roller coaster?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you pay my bills? Can you give me an automobile? Okay. I'm going to take you back one more segment, like right before them, a little before them. I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah.
A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
Driving
hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
You a backseat window dude.
TLC owes me $39,422 because I got a dang on expedition. Because in that song she says hanging out the window of your friend's expedition. So I never want to hang out an expedition. So I went and bought me an expedition. That money could have went towards paying my damn student loan. They owe me $39,842. Sorry, I got to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Left Eye. Yeah. So we had, I don't want no scrubs. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, hanging out the back seat ride of his passenger side, trying to holler at me, whatever. Then we go to, can you pay my bills? Okay, we know that song, right?
Yep.
Ring on it.
I don't think you two, so you ain't, me and you are through. Now let's do a leapfrog. From Destiny's Child, can you pay my bills? To, I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep striving, all that stuff. So that, right? Right. So now let's go one more step forward.
Put a ring on it.
No. You jumped too quick. We're going there, but you jumped too quick. Wait a minute.
Listen.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Let's jump back right before TLC. I need you to call Tyrone and get your stuff out.
Yeah.
So let's follow the timeline. So now we take a page out of Call Tyrone and we jump right to the left. Everything and you own in a box to your left. In my closet, you can't. Man, why do I know some of these lyrics? Anyway, don't judge me. Damn it. Then let's jump up a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't think you're irreplaceable. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have a man like you in a minute. As a matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Nick, them is fight words. So now let's jump up a little bit farther. Let's go up a little bit farther. Let's go to all the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Put your hands up. If you can pay your own bills, if you can do this, if you can do this, if you can do that.
Put your hands up.
I think I told this in y'all one of the previous shows, but it's definitely in a book of mine. When I was a teenager, I knew the power of R&B music. I was a Jodeci dude. I was a Boys to Men dude. I was a New Edition dude. So when I was 15, 16, and 17, I was an intern at our local radio station. Guess what my show was? I worked on The Quiet Storm.
Freddie Cruz.
So as a kid, why do you think I wanted to be there from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock and then I had to go to school the next morning? Well, I finished school early, so I only had like a half a job anyway. But the reason I was there is because I wasn't there to work. I was there because I didn't buy all that music, but I would be taking notes to every lyric. And then when the callers called in, I would be listening to what the women are saying. So I'm getting all the game. So music is very powerful. So now fast forward now to our idiom of music shifting from, and I got to talk about rap songs that say, I need a gangster this, I need a this, I need a ride or die chick.
Message,
So they're all the same. It's both on both sides, right? So we're teaching men that we need a woman that's going to give us sexual stuff quickly and don't mind how we treat them, right? So we're teaching our men that. Then we're teaching our women that you don't need none of these dudes.
Yeah.
Get them for everything they got. And you can sip some lemonade while you're surfboarding.
Yeah, I'm so independent. I don't need.
Really? Y'all only one got that joke with Sassy?
Yeah, no, I got that.
I get that.
You're gonna be sipping some lemonade while you're surfboarding? I don't even know what
Oh,
that means yet, but that was a cold
surfing on
line.
that, surfing on
Can
that.
somebody teach me on surfboarding? I don't know what that means, but that's a cold line. But anyway, my point I'm trying to make is this: I love Beyonce. I believe she's an amazing woman. But you have to look at music and the voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if have we ever talked about cannibalism?
Nah.
No, we can do it for the next show.
I'm gonna answer her question real quick. I'm answering her question in this. Basically, it's based in programming. That's their answer, basically. But I was watching the BBC maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Now, mind you, we're in COVID-19, right? So that is a man-made disease. We know it. America owns a patent on it. Call me on the side if you want to talk to me. I don't care. I ain't afraid of none of y'all. But I talked about this to a group of young people back in 2012 where there was a song out where the lady's lyrics said, he has to eat the booty like groceries.
Yeah.
So I talked about that song because I was in the middle of studying human biology, right? So I was like, oh, no, that's a bad thing. Don't do that. So then when I watched this young lady who sung the song on an interview in the BBC, the gentleman was crass, but he said, hey, so how often do you like to get your groceries ate? These were her words. Ew, I don't do nothing like that. But he looked at her and said, well, you were singing it. She said, they gave me them words to sing. I don't do that. I think that's nasty. Yep. You don't believe me? Google the interview. Right. So what I'm trying to say is how powerful music is interesting. When you do consume fecal matter from a human, I don't care how clean they are, that's a form of cannibalism. Because in our fecal matter is our DNA, our waste, all kind of stuff. So when you're eating that and then you digest it, your body has to create antibodies to fight whatever bacteria is there that the body's not used to from water, plants, and other animals. So basically your body is in a state of cannibalism. So I brought that up to say we have so many people doing this sexual act, and it's really creating a master bug that is going to decimate a good population of people because they won't have the antibodies to fight that. Now, if you don't believe me, let's look at COVID-19, not to get off the Women's Day, but they went from testing for COVID-19 to what did they start testing for? Antibodies. So antibodies are very important to what you've been exposed to. So poor messaging and sinister programming, you were 100% right, because we do not think anymore. And I can't judge. I can't judge because back in the day, LL Cool J said, I need love. LL Cool J said, I need a woman with bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. Standing on a bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. I can't judge. I was looking exactly for that. So if you look at the new show called Hip Hop Uncensored, shout out to Big U, shout out to Trick Trick, shout out to Bimmy, shout out to Deb, shout out to Jay Prince who wasn't in there. Y'all got to understand something. They said something in that show was so powerful. They put on blast the faces of every Caucasian man over every major distribution company. Basically, you can't get no music out unless you go through them. That is exactly the answer to that young lady's question, Callie. We can listen to all of this music we want to, but who are the people we're championing that set their own path and don't listen to the music and let it drive them? There's more people that listen to music and it writes the scripts of their lives than people that don't. I know people that will quote a song and they don't even stand by that song's words, but they love the beat.
You want me? Let me throw a monkey wrench in that one real quick. That same song, to the left, and all those songs. A dude wrote that.
Neo.
And you know who wrote it, right? You know who wrote it, right?
Yeah,
so
Neo.
What was he looked at as being as?
Yeah.
Did we touch on that? No, I ain't touching it.
What was he thinking?
In the last show, I want no smoke. I want no beef. I want nothing but love and respect for all of you. I don't want any smoke.
No,
I don't want no smoke.
I want you to hold that because we're going to bring that up when the time comes for us to have the men discussion at the round table.
Yeah. So tonight was good.
Tonight was good. I need one thing to close out the show with.
Yes, sir.
Women, the power is in your hands. Secondly, you want real power, fight for those men that don't have power. And watch the men fight for you. That's the biggest part. We can't do it without you, and we don't want to do it without you. Secondly, for all of my brothers and sisters that may have some issues with the XY statement and conversation, to all of my brothers and sisters that don't subscribe to the male-female idiom and they believe in, what they believe in, you do the same. Do the same. Fight for the weaker person. Fight for the weaker species. Whether if you are a woman that likes to date women, whether if you're a man that likes to date men, always fight for the weaker species. Okay, that doesn't mean you're inferior. That doesn't mean they're inferior. But you always fight for those that can't help themselves. So that's why a big man like me will always fight for women that can't help themselves. But that's also why in my weak moments, I need a strong woman that will fight for me. You get the point?
Fact.
Yeah.
We fight for each other, then we're actually going to live by the creed that Jesus set before us, and that is do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Do unto you. Yep.
Point blank. A woman will build a woman that wants to build me up in my weakest moments, a woman that wants to build me up so I can attain the unattainable. That's the same woman I want to big up when she's in her weak moments.
Good closing statement.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
I get that.
Let's get rid of all of the hurt. Let's get all of the stereotypes. Let's get rid of all the pain, and let's get all of the retribution. Let's get rid of all the transference, and let's start looking to big each other up. Shout out to my yardies, to big each other up in a way that is going to resonate throughout the gender. That's the only way we're going to overcome any of this.
That's true.
I didn't give you guys any empty words tonight. Every word I gave you had a point to it. But if it was anything that you could take home and make a bullet point, is that women fight for the weaker men, and men fight for the weaker, underappreciated women. We won't have no issues.
True.
God bless on that. I want to thank you once again for always.
And it's always been a pleasure.
Hey, y'all got some alcohol around y'all? Can we do a shot for my birthday?
Oh yeah.
Hey, damn.
Hey yo, everyone out there.
I like that blue cup.
Got a bottle of water. It's all good though.
Oh really? So y'all gonna make me look like the only dysfunctional person on here? Y'all some sons of
next show. We gonna be drinking.
Y'all some disrespectful son of his guns.
We gonna end up taking a trip over there.
Your homeboy there, he's more disrespectful than all of us. He ain't even get dressed up.
John, the next show, if the next show I come on your TV show, the next time I come on here and you don't have on a nice outfit,
we're
gonna put him in a tuxedo.
It's gonna be a problem.
Me and you gotta square up. I want you in a top hat with a flower. No, I'm joking, man.
I'm gonna have a suit on the next time.
I'm joking. I ain't gonna lie, man. I wore this because I like the blue teddy bear and all this, but I wore this because I'm like, John, he ain't dressing up.
Nah.
Exactly.
You know me already.
You got a happy birthday shout out from Soul Child, Dr. Johnson.
Happy C Day. Happy C Day.
Respect.
I personally want to tell you, it's been a blessing knowing you. Happy birthday. I'm God continually keep blessing you and keeping you safe over there.
I received that, my brother. I received that. I received the love. Thank you, guys. And understand something. You guys are doing a powerful thing by giving people content to make them think. Don't ever let anybody silence you. I don't care if it's iHeart. I don't care if it's CBS, Viacom. I don't care who it is. Don't y'all let anybody change your message.
You got me when you said you receive a text from overseas. Damn.
No. It was Facebook, but you can say text. It was on my phone.
Yeah, still.
But listen, I need somebody to do me a favor. I need somebody to cook me some curry chicken and give me extra gravy.
No, I can do that.
Hey,
who?
Norris.
No, I'm serious. Because John tell you, in Miami, off of Biscayne and off of Fifth Street or whatever, there was a Jamaican restaurant, right? I think Trick Daddy had something to do with it in the beginning, but it was a Jamaican restaurant. I would go in there during lunch and be like, "Hey, can I have the curry chicken special?" I didn't know it was dark thigh meat and all that stuff. I want some white meat up in there. Yeah. But then I would always ask the lady, "Can I have extra gravy? Because I like the curry gravy on my rice." She said, "We don't have no extra gravy. Don't ask me no more." Like, damn, what the?
You know they rude. What's up with extra gravy, man?
But then I found out that they make the same amount of gravy for that day, and that's all they have. I understand. So can I have one Jamaican yardie make me some curry chicken? I want 2 chicken breasts in there. I want 3 wings, and I want enough gravy to last me for like 2 meals. Can y'all facilitate that?
What I'm gonna do?
Not curry chicken, a chicken breast.
2 and 2 wings.
They chop up. We chop.
No, the curry chicken has to be cut small.
I
don't want it cut. I want the whole piece in there. Don't tell me I gotta have it cut.
We don't curry chicken that big.
Can I have bougie curry chicken? Can I have some next level curry chicken, like the thigh meat and the leg meat? Stop. The thigh meat and the leg meat. You so funny.
Yeah.
If I told y'all who's right here,
it can be done like season like for.
Hold on, where's that? Hey, listen, I know we got to get up. Watch this. I ain't going to show y'all where I'm at, but all I'm going to do is show y'all where I'm at. Look at this. All I'm going to show you is this. Look at this. What they say?
We don't do that.
I'm somewhere I ain't supposed to be. But guess what? They don't want to cook me no curry chicken though. So anyway, man, I love y'all.
We'll get that to you, Dr. Johnson. Made to order.
Please. I love y'all. Keep up what y'all doing. Keep that content flowing. We need this. And also, make sure you understand something. Get that man a hug up there.
You know what, Dr. Johnson?
I need to see that.
I'm a cuddle therapist. I work on Norris.
Whoa, time out. I know we got to get up to the show. You really are a cuddle therapist? Mm-hmm. No, they really got that out here where you can lay with somebody for like. Whoa, time out. Whoa. Why we didn't talk about this in the middle of the show? And she got a husband and she up here laying with men for $39.95? What the hell? Let me find out you up here running a brothel.
I'm about to get my cuddle pay.
Now, we should have been having a conversation. Can a man be a cuddle therapist and have a wife?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can you help me get one of them certificates?
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm only gonna mark it at Trader Joe's. I ain't gonna mark it at other stores. I'm only gonna mark it at the places where they can afford it.
Oh, that ain't. Hold on. I got one for you. Do you know that they have professional criers for funerals?
Yeah, and they're called emotional support.
And you just hire. I need you to come at my funeral. Go to this funeral and cry.
Hey, I need you to help me get my Cuddlist license or whatever, and I'm gonna go market at Walmart.
Now, let me tell you something. Norris would be the same one if they was at his funeral and they was crying. He'd come out the coffin and cuss them. Hands out.
I believe you on that one.
No. What the hell you
go get Norris. Hey, somebody go get Norris a shot and a hug.
This celebration of Norris life. Don't be crying.
Hey Norris, if you said you the number 4 and the 5 of the group, you come out here to kick with me in LA, I'm gonna make you number 1 or 2. I'm gonna tell them you a scientist from like Jamaica or something. and you built a whole community of running water and you own a Tesla. We're gonna make you look pretty fine out here. They're gonna make you a number 1. They're gonna be like, oh, he one of them rich foreign dudes. Yeah, he got some money.
Tell Norris don't say nothing. All Norris gotta do is just keep going like this.
Oh no.
Yeah, just tell him smile. I'm gonna be like, did y'all know that Norris was one of the founders of Bitcoin? They're gonna be all over you. Trust me. We're gonna get you a hug and we're gonna get you some reciprocation.
Yo, we need to take that trip out to Cali though.
Y'all need to listen. Y'all need to come out here. We need to do either y'all come out here or I'll come with y'all and we all in studio.
Nah, we coming out there. We coming out
to Cali.
We coming out there.
I wish y'all not here right now, but I want to get a yacht for my birthday. But what I think I'm gonna do is if y'all come out here, I'll get a yacht.
We'll talk.
Cool.
And we'll do the show on the yacht and act a real plump.
We can do it anytime this year.
You set that up on that and I'll bring you jerk chicken and curry chicken for a whole month.
Hey, say less, but my Jamaican friend said her brother shipped her some stuff in dry ice. And I don't want all that. No, I want it fresh.
But hold up, Dr. Johnson.
Hold up. The only way to do it fresh is if I'm flying on a beach.
This coming from a guy who won't dress up when you come on the show.
Hey, listen. Hey, cut his mic off.
Clear point, counsel. Clear point, counsel.
Yeah.
So that's a crazy promise.
But if you come out here and we do the yacht show,
Yeah.
we gotta all be in some fly stuff, like for real.
Say no more.
And I guarantee you, if we do a yacht show and talk about real stuff and just post out in the Pacific and just kick it cracking for 2 hours, I'm gonna tell you, it's probably gonna be one of your highest view shows, because I'm telling you, man, we got to show people we can do it too, and we live in too. Like, dude, everybody got money.
Let's make it happen.
What?
Let's make it happen.
So child is ready.
We'll come out there for is it May? May is whale season, right? So we'll come out and watch,
I ain't going out there no damn whales.
damn, Sassy, you know all the season women.
Do you know them damn whales be jumping out that water, shaking that boat?
Yeah,
I ain't got time for that.
I did it. It's nice. I would have.
And when they splash back down in that water,
man. Listen, on the land, I can protect myself with ammo and bullets. Bullets don't fly through water correctly.
Hell no.
I can't show my piece to the whale and be like, "Don't you jump up here again." No, I ain't going out there at the whales. What the hell? See, y'all, I can tell y'all from an island. Y'all want to go play with the fishes and stuff. Y'all want to go out there. Y'all want to go play with wildlife and stuff.
Oh Lord.
We gonna make it.
Somebody said Pops will make the curry. Who said Pops? Who the Pops? Who's Pops?
Who's that? So
John's Pops.
Oh, your daddy make curry chicken?
Yeah.
We all make curry chicken, man.
He's a chef. Yeah, he's a chef. Right. He's good with that. I'll make it happen.
Can I have a curry chicken lasagna? Is that asking too much?
No, that ain't asking.
Or is that disrespectful?
That's very different.
It's different,
you look like you're about to swing on me.
Yo, anything.
Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. Hey, John. Hey, yo. Y'all, we got to get together ASAP for this man show, too. Let's do the man show before spring, or either mid-spring.
This week coming, I'm going to holler at you. This week
we need to get this man show. And I guarantee you, this man show probably going to have more women watching.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to find some guests for that one. I'm going to find some guests for that one.
For real. Real talk. Let's get that going.
We'll make it happen.
And I'm wearing an ascot.
I want to get... Yo, I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to put together. I'm going to put it together.
John gonna come in with Timberlands and a Rockaware sweatshirt.
Yo,
listen, man. I had a conversation with a dude today. I saw him, man. The sun, it was boiling, and I looked at him and I said, "You're from New York?" He said, "Yes, man." I said, "The things, man." I said, "My friend, man, John, he sleeps in his Timberland, man. That man's dangerous." He said he's from New York too. He says,
"Hey,
that dude will wear a shorts and a Timbs."
hey! On my word, if you take off John socks, he got a Timberland imprint on by his ankle.
Yo, you're not lying.
He got Timberland on his ankle bone.
You remember at the radio station, right? Everybody, damn, you wear that thing every day. I'm like, yo, are you hot? No, I'm not hot. Why you keep asking me that?
Hey, I used to tell people at the radio station, he got a razor in his mouth. Don't you talk about his Timberlands.
What you know about that, Dr. Jackson?
Hey, what you say?
It's just different everywhere, because you have them young kids down here, 90-degree, and they're in full black with a hoodie black.
The sassy, I done been in every hood. Trust me, I know about the.
Yep,
I know about that. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Say no more.
All right, no, man. Hey, it's always fun talking to you. I hope we bless some people's spirits, but let's get on that man show ASAP, because I think if we put those two together and do some snippets, I think we could put together a nice little dossier on YouTube to help young men and women coming up, where we giving them real talk on both sides. Real talk.
Together.
Yeah,
I want to let y'all know we appreciate you, but we got to work together as a unit. It's the only way we can get over this, right? God bless.
I'm getting ready to start my birthday weekend. See y'all later. I'm turning this camera off. I'm about to get it cracked. I stay sober so I can do this show. That's over with.
Once again, I want y'all all to find us on all the platforms. We're on iTunes, IG, YouTube, Anchor, of course, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I said IG already, right? Yeah. So I want to thank you
Facebook,
all
Facebook.
once again for joining us tonight live at the barbershop. And like I always say, go out in the world and be somebody. God damn it, go out in the world and be somebody.
Go
Thank
out
you.
in the world and be somebody.